the profits of each operation. While the rest of America deals with the yo-yo stock market, Phoenix American Hospitality has paid their REIT investors more than 12% in annualized profits. Capitalize on the travel boom and diversify your portfolio. Visit PAHinvest.com.
Past performance does not indicate future results.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Good Friday afternoon. Welcome to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Hope you're having a great end to the work week, soon to be the school week. As you can hear, our usual stalwart host, when Mr. Jim Colbert is taking the day off today, actually has all of his kids in town here to celebrate his beautiful wife Tori's birthday this weekend. So he took a little time off. He'll be back with us on Monday.
Jim loves his kids.
At least that's the public story. Of course, as usual, you've got his co-host, myself, Deb Roberts. Today, our executive producer and comedy alien is one Ross Padgett.
Well, what's up?
And then we've got beautiful hair himself, Jack Bradshaw.
Hi.
Hope you guys are having a great day. We've got usual fun for Friday. We welcome your texts, your talkbacks, your phone calls. We're going to do woke news coming up. Embers only, PTK with Fayez Cars. Got some really cool stuff going around Central Florida this weekend, just in case you don't have any plans yet. Rich Tips with Candace Rich at 5 o'clock with an interesting story about when it makes sense to have a credit card with an annual fee. Then we'll have trivia, Ross Thoughts, last call, and more fun coming up. And hopefully a Mega Millions winner.
What?
Well, I know they're drawing tonight. I'm still trying to decide
Whoa. So there wasn't a winner in the last drawing?
Oh, do you need to check your tickets again?
Oh, Deb!
Well, it's good news, though, Jack. It just means there's more money for you to win.
I got to go out and play again, though.
Yeah, the good news is she's saying that there's still a chance.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, on this one, I took the one I won. I had a Powerball in one number, so I won $4.
Ooh, 2 tickets.
So, no, this is what I did. I did the multiplier, so that cost $3.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
And then I tipped the Circle K lady $1.
Did you really?
You can do that?
I am a high roller. I said, this is what I did. I go, $1 left? I go, keep it. and I did that with the little head nod. Keep it.
You seriously?
Yeah. Look
you
at
are
me.
not lying?
No,
You gave someone $1 for no reason?
Yeah. Wow. What do you think? I tipped, Deb.
Here's the thing.
I may be cheap, but I tip because I was a server for years.
Oh, yeah.
Like
those make the best tippers.
He's a good person. He treats other people nicer than he treats himself. Like if you were to ask Jack, like, hey, do you want to spend a little bit more because there's a higher quality and maybe possibly you deserve it? No chance.
Yeah, no.
There's no chance.
That's just his Catholic showing.
You are not wrong.
Yeah.
Well, the jackpot. Now, Ross, would you make a special stop to get a ticket for this? Is there a threshold?
No chance. Also, I would like to note
no
out.
Chance.
I would like to point out that, Jack, that's a ballsy move of, like, tipping $1.
What was her reaction?
It was 25% of my purchase.
It was 25.
No, it was 33% of my purchase.
All I'm saying is, I think depending on how you said it,
right,
it could have backfired.
Sure.
You know, they could have taken that way bad.
I guess it's still free money.
All right, yeah, I didn't do the head nod. I said keep it.
What was her reaction? I bet you got a big smile.
She said thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying that it could have, it had to have gone wrong. I'm just saying that that interaction. If you're
like, saying they'd be insulted by $1?
I think there's a chance that someone could be offended by like $1 tip in some scenarios.
I think any a convenience store clerk, they get $1 tip, they're like Cool.
And I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, man.
I had
That's a $1 scratch off.
I had no idea that
Good
that was
point.
even a thing. I'm really the asshat here because
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could tip gas
No,
station.
to be honest, I didn't know you could either. But, I think it's one of those cases where it's,
I've never had the option.
I just think it's one of those things that, Jack just decided to be magnanimous about at that moment. And think about, Jack, think about it, though.
Yeah.
Think about you spend those $3 on your lottery ticket, right?
Uh-huh.
You give her that buck, right?
Uh-huh.
She buys a ticket, right?
Uh-huh.
And she wins the jackpot.
I thought of that. What are you going to do?
Do you go back into the
No.
store and say, hey,
you
do you
can't
remember that dollar?
You can't begrudge people, and how would I know and proving it?
It's $1.35 billion, Jack.
It would have to. Yeah, I think there might be some news coverage that the Circle K down the block from my house was
Right,
the silver winning
right.
ticket.
Like if it was
And it happened to be the employee who worked there.
I know.
And I see her on the news with her nose ring.
I mean,
it's all because of this wonderful haired man.
exactly, who came into my store one day and gave me $1 tip.
What
And I had
would
to
you do?
I was already home.
Oh,
I had to talk myself. It's like,
do
do I go
back?
out? Yeah, right. It's like I was already home. Do I get in the car and go out and do it? And I'm like, yeah. And I saw my neighbor there.
Really?
Yeah, because I could tell by his car, it's like worse than Ross's, if you believe it or not. It's got a bumper that's
Does he
held.
listen?
Survey says that's unnecessary.
His,
Shots
believe
fired.
it or not, his bumper is held on, no lie, by no less than 10 bungee cords.
No.
I saw that car, and so I bought my ticket. Then I see him filling out the numbers,
Right.
and I just from the store, I said, "Hey, if you win, I'll buy you a new bumper." And he just looked at me, and I think it's one of those things where you see someone you know,
But you don't
it's in
know
a-
from
it's-
where.
It's in a place that you don't normally see them.
Right.
And he just had this like deer in the headlights look. And now I have vocalized that throughout the entire Circle K. So other people heard me say that, and he's just looking back at me like with no sign of recognition.
Thank God.
Another questionable choice by
Shots-
you in
I
my
know,
eyes.
I
Because that could have
know.
easily and
Shots
probably was
fired.
taken pretty poorly.
For this quiet, reserved person that I normally
Exactly.
am outside of here, I do have that gear. Every once in a while, I will just blurt things out.
Yeah,
publicly.
yeah.
Are you starting to crack?
I might be. What? And so I'm like, Chris, it's me. I'll buy you a new bumper. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then he went back to filling out his numbers. I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm done with these people.
Okay, if she wins, do you stalk her? Do you show up every day and get
No,
a
I
cup
do
of coffee?
not.
Hey, how was your day? Well, chances are, it's like
I'm
she's going to
never-
still be working
you
at the
win.
Circle K.
Yeah.
Like outside.
You think you're seeing that person ever again?
Yeah, no, good
if
point.
she wins, how quickly would you stop being religious? Because I know that's probably what I would do.
Yeah.
If I was Jack, I tipped $1. They won 1.3 bill
Yeah.
on my dollar tip. Be like, I'm skipping Sunday. I'm just gonna skip. I'm gonna skip Easter. I'm gonna take a 3-day break. You know.
Yeah, like Jesus did.
Also paying respect. So just hold on.
So you're
there.
covering your bases there.
It's funny because I thought, all right, let's say I do win this $1+ billion. You have to change your friends.
Well, not only that, do you
What?
guys put any stock into that? Well, you do have to change your friends. Because
No!
everyone's going to be asking you for money.
You don't change your friend.
Now you start
got-
hanging out with the Bezos because they're not going to ask you for cash.
You need a new cell phone number, right?
You have to have a new crew.
You can't have everyone who has your cell phone number. That they can't have that direct access to you.
Don't-
It'll be nonstop.
Don't Heather Shaw me. Oh, that I should not have said that. That was way too personal of my life.
Care to share anything more?
No, I honestly just had a comedian friend just catch hot fire. We still see her Facebook post. I'd take that back. She still kicks it with us.
Okay.
She reps Orlando. That was speaking of unnecessary.
Yeah, that
jabs.
was yeah.
I'm just straight name. Whoops.
Yeah,
Heather,
that's not
I
like
still
you
believe in
either.
you. I still believe in you, Heather.
That's not like you. Well, the odds of winning are 1 in 302 million. I'm with Ross. I have to be at the gas station needing something in order to stop. And man, if I get out and see a line that's like a block and a half long, I'm just because I don't want the bad juju that comes with wins like this.
Yeah. What do you mean? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You know,
Whoa.
the bad vibes.
What do you mean bad vibes?
Well, yeah, like so often, lottery player or winners go broke within a few years after their winnings. The guy who just won the $1 billion, out in California, has to hire a security team.
See, this is why you need new friends. Okay, first of all, and these are I think these are whether it's going broke or needing, these are solvable problems.
I feel like we're being put on notice, Ross.
And I think, first of all, 2 words, gated community.
Well, without a doubt.
There's no way.
There's no way why.
That he would get rid of us as friends? We would be the first ones to go.
No, there's no way he's going to win. You would have to buy like multiple tickets to even have a chance.
I am still going to be friends with 2/3 of this show.
There's no chance.
You don't think so? I don't think so.
But if you do win $1 billion, I honestly think Jim might become your friend.
I don't know.
He might text me back.
Exactly. I don't know if that's enough. I think he'd still have to bump up his portfolio a bit more for that.
But yeah, he might text me back.
Right, exactly.
I'm not a numbers guy. I'm not a lottery dude. I'm pro scratching off.
So you are
easy, fella. That sounded dirty.
It did, didn't it?
Oh, come on. Now.
Just front scratching.
Yeah,
but you're more of a sports betting guy, right?
Yeah,
that's more your thing.
I do a good. I mean, I have gambled on Korean baseball. Let's go Pyongyang Tigers. That's not even Pyongyang's.
I was going to say because that's North Korea.
North Korea.
No one wants to hear you supporting North Korea.
No, I put.
He's betting on them. It's different.
Okay,
yeah.
Good point.
I put money recently on like some team called the Swallows.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Korean baseball
It's
team.
a bird.
Yeah, it's a bird.
It is a bird.
And a genre. But it's I like sports gambling. I'm a fan. It's a rush. To give you an idea, paint this picture, right? The last Orlando City game I went to, I felt pretty confident in that game against Santos Laguna.
I like the way you say that.
And immediately I was like, ooh, that defense is looking leaky in the first 5 minutes. I put a wager for Orlando City to score 2 goals.
Yeah.
Fast forward in the second half, 60th minute, we score our second goal. I put another wager for us to score a 3rd goal. Stoppage time, game winner. Orlando City wins 3-2, and my wife will look at me again. Because that bet went my way, baby. Let's ride.
She doesn't like the sports betting? Does she partake?
She will partake because I will just ask her, like, hey, I want to get you involved.
Right.
I'll throw away $10-15 for her to get involved. And then more times than not, she hits and I don't. So then,
see, it's right back to the Circle K clerk getting the dollar and winning the jackpot.
It just makes me, well, now she rubs it in my face every time she wins. The first bet that she had on the Orlando City game was 4 total goals scored. The score was 3-1.
I used to.
So she's also on a heater, but just more ammunition for her to look at me and go, you don't listen to me.
It's funny.
You don't listen.
I had a sports betting phase.
Did you really?
Yeah, it ended October 15th, 1988.
Whoa. That's pretty specific.
Before you were born. I put money on the Oakland Athletics to win the World Series, and they were looking great.
Oh.
I had money on the game, a specific game, and then the whole series.
Right.
Have you ever heard the name Kirk Gibson?
Kirky Gibbs?
Kirk Gibson came to the plate. He was injured. They said he couldn't play. He limped up to the plate.
Oh, no.
And hits a game-winning home run, which is infamous because when he walks, he does this twice. He does this fist pump twice. Boom, going around the bases. The place is going nuts. It's chaos, and I'm just like, that when you lose, especially when you think you're about to win.
Exactly.
You're counting the money. You're thinking about what you're going to do with the money. And then suddenly it just spins like that.
That's not Kirky Gibbs' fault. You started counting some chickens before they were peacocking.
Oh.
Do not tell me that my thoughts had anything to do with that.
Careful.
That man.
How much did you lose?
Yeah, was it $4?
No.
What was it?
It was only about $30K. Come on, game's up.
Holy cow. Okay. Well, listen, we hope you win Mega Millions tonight, the drawing again at 11. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get you woke. We're going to talk about a cyber attack has hit U.S. healthcare providers. The Parkland school shooting is being reenacted today, and Mark Zuckerberg's wife is less than pleased. We'll tell you why and more coming up next during Woke News. So keep it right here on The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Someday, Alexa will know everything. Alexa, how do I get rid of a deadbeat roommate?
Try poisoning them.
But until then, tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Playing Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your weekend is off to a great start on this Friday. And right now, on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a little bit of your usual delay, of course, on I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535. That's from Highway 192. But beside that, eastbound lanes are clear on I-4. The same goes for westbound lanes, east and westbound of the 408 as well. And north and southbound lanes of the Turnpike are incident-free as well as the Greenway. Remember, if you have a report for us, however, dial our Safe Touch Security traffic tip line number, 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's new rechargers are energy drinks for everyday doers. Whether you're going out or staying in, power through your day with a new handcrafted iced or frozen Wawa recharger. Gotta have a Wawa.
2023 right here. You still have plenty of time to fulfill that New Year's resolution to finally get your vision corrected with the leader in vision correction. Of course, that is the Filatowski Eye Institute. All you have to do is text 1041 to the number 868686. That way you can schedule your consultation today. Now, look, I trusted the Filatowski Eye Institute with my son and my father-in-law's vision, actually using this product and seeing how unbelievable it is. Dr. Filatowski knocked it straight out of the park. Crystal clear vision virtually overnight. Both of these guys have much different lives. You can do the same thing. And remember, they use the latest state-of-the-art technology. Their surgeons have completed over 65,000 LASIK procedures. What I'm telling you is you are in the best hands. Change your outlook forever. Simply text 1041 to 868686. Schedule your consultation with the Filatowski Eye Institute today.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
International Diamond Center's giving you relief from rising prices with incredible offers now through the end of August. Now through the end of August, IDC is offering you 36 months zero interest financing on pre-owned Rolex watches. 3 years, zero interest. And yes, this special finance offer includes all of IDC's luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. Hundreds in stock. Nothing is excluded. Submariners, Daytonas, Datejusts, Batmans, Pepsis. IDC has all the hard-to-find Rolex models in stock, men's and ladies' watches. These pre-owned Rolex watches are in pristine condition, each one hand-selected and carefully inspected for quality and craftsmanship. Right now, through the end of August, you can walk away with a Rolex of your dreams and enjoy 36 months zero-interest financing, 3 years of low, affordable payments. Don't miss this chance to get the Rolex you deserve. Now through August 31st only, during IDC's amazing Summer of Savings event. International Diamond Center. On approved credit, Rolex financing offer requires 20% down payment.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime. Car crash, slip and fall, there's only one Mo you should call, the Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
Steve Kramer here with a divorce tip. Inheritance isn't a marital asset unless you handle the money wrong or your divorce wrong. Then you can lose it to your ex. Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law. We do divorce. One firm for life,
Your spark is all you need. And let's be real, you don't have time for smoke and mirrors anyway. So ditch all the pretentiousness and the lighter it rode in on with Blue. Blue e-cigs are available in a variety of satisfying flavors and nicotine strengths. Even better, it's odorless. When you're living unlit, you're comfortable being your true you. And no one will mistake ashtray for your signature scent. Blue. Get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Font Molding 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fontum US LLC.
Try new extra charge Dunkin' Refreshers with 50% more caffeine. Yes, 50% more caffeine. Available for a limited time. So try it today. America runs on Dunkin'. Drinks are fruit flavored. Contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Price and participation may vary.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at gawon'twait.com. That's gawon'twait.com.
The podcast Journalista tells the improbable life story of Courtney Cookie Hood. Follow Cookie's adventures from working for CBS News in Managua during the Nicaraguan Civil War to blowing the lid off the Iran-Contra scandal and almost taking down the Reagan presidency.
They're assuming that I know what I'm doing, that I'm a journalist. I wasn't. I was being thrown into the Coliseum to the lions. I had not a clue.
Listen to Journalista on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Get 20% off your entire order every day when you spend $5 or more on the McDonald's app. App download required.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Happy Friday. Like this tune, Ross. Who is this?
That is Oingo Boingo.
I thought that sounded like a throwback sound. I don't remember this song.
Yeah, I know Danny Elfman is an absolute musical genius, but that's the only version I know of him. I don't mean any disrespect to Oingo Boingo, but I didn't know.
Well, yeah, that's way before your time.
Yeah, so
Dead Man's Party.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So I've only really known Elfman as this, movie composer. So I went back and I started listening to Oingo Boingo. I've heard nothing but great things about this band, and all those things that I've heard, very true.
Yeah,
what
Jack,
a fun band.
Were you an Oingo Boingo fan?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the band was actually in the movie Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, but I like that music back then.
And what year is this? Are we talking
80s? Yeah, 86, 87.
See, whenever I listen to 80s music, as someone who, I hate to bring it up again,
don't worry about it, man.
I wasn't there for it.
No.
I know. I was born in 89, but whenever I listen to 80s
so
music,
crazy.
Whenever I listen to 80s music, I'm like, man, it's just like so wholesome, fun, neon lights, cocaine, in that order. Rinse and repeat.
Yes, the age of the yuppie.
Checking my Mega Millions, see if I won a little bit.
Did you win a little bit?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's all right, Jack. That good deed of that dollar tip you gave to that Circle K clerk's going to come back to you.
It didn't. It didn't, Deb. Now I regret it. I got to rethink everything.
When you stop tonight, man, use that karma tonight. But
isn't it time for woke news?
It is. I was just about to say, let's get woke.
And now, it's
Jack?
time for woke news. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world. On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, woke news is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Hey, tomorrow morning, maybe while you're doing some errands, give him a listen when he's host of the Home Loans Radio Show. Reports say emergency rooms in multiple states are scrambling after a cyber attack. The attack appears to have hit facilities mainly in the Northeast. Now services are being rerouted, and right now there are no reports of any deaths from the ransomware attack.
Oh, so I bet you Jim clicked on a wrong email.
Trying to get into his Hulu app.
Yeah, that's it.
That's funny.
All right, closer to home, the Valentine's Day 2018 Parkland school shooting is being reenacted today with live ammunition. The reenactment at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School is part of a civil suit against the former sheriff's deputy who stayed outside during the mass shooting. Now, about 140 bullets are expected to be fired during the reenactment, which will trace the killer's movements during the attack that killed 17 people and injured 17 others. And before the real bullets began ringing out again, a bipartisan group of Congress members toured the blood-stained and bullet-pocked halls. Now, very few people have been in this building since this happened. It's surrounded by a chain link fence because, again, we've talked about it. It's been a crime scene and, the subject of criminal proceedings until recently for Scott Peterson. So this, according to Local 10 News, there's broken glass on the floor along with wilted roses, deflated balloons, and discarded gifts because it was Valentine's Day. Open textbooks and laptop computers remain on students' desks, at least those that weren't toppled over in the chaos. In one classroom, there's an unfinished chess game. One of the slain students had been playing the game pieces unmoved. Max Schachter, whose son died in the attack, helped lead a school safety town hall after the tour, and he hopes the shared experiences helps lead to more meaningful school safety initiatives. The building is set to be demolished in the coming days, but what do you guys think? Do you think that might help drive home the horror of school shootings when the scene hasn't been cleaned up and lawmakers who have the power to make a difference get to see what was left of that?
I'd like to think yes. However, and I know after the Parkland shooting, there was some significant change to gun laws here in Florida. Even, despite a Republican legislature and governor, they did get some done, which they've, which some have suggested we roll back. Fortunately, that got no traction. However, credit to them, they did get that done in Florida. But after Sandy Hook, after Sandy Hook, to me, it's a broken system of too much money in politics, where the will of the people cannot be served because of the influence that corporations have, and that stems out of Citizens United, which the Supreme Court decision we discussed recently with Scott Maxwell.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What Jack said, just quicker. No. No, I do not.
No,
I do not think.
I was hoping.
And this whole reenactment thing is still really weird.
I know.
It is odd. I have not been sold on a good enough reason. Like, this is why we're doing it.
No, I agree. I mean, I think it would be traumatic obviously they're doing it before classes start on August 10th. But, for the people who live around that area and just for everybody, just knowing that those sounds are going to be ripping through those hallways again,
And even then, you say August 10th, that's real close.
Yeah,
even this reenactment is cutting it close to the first day of school.
Yeah, exactly. So I think their plans that the building is going to be demolished by the time school starts.
And I understand it won't be
the way it is now, but
that bill, it's just still odd to have this reenactment that close to the whole thing is weird.
So probably no surprise, but there's a surge of kids seeking mental health help in Central Florida. Advent Health says it's seeing an increase in children having problems with anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, and self-harm behavior. Adolescent psychiatrist Dr. Tina Giordani says the stress of the new school year can make some of these conditions worse. Think about kids going back to school, worrying if there's, their school bully's going to be there. Gurnani says it's crucial for families to do a mental health check-in with their kid for at least 5 minutes a day, every day, just to kind of take a pulse, see how they're doing, see if they need anything beyond what you're able to provide. Orange County schools are looking to fill hundreds of teacher roles. Talk about stress. Some educators are saying they're frustrated that the district's plan to address its teacher shortage. Now, officials, how many, just in Orange County, you guys, how many teacher roles do they need to fill when classes start on August 10th?
I'm always stupefied by this number.
I was like, whoa.
When I hear that, I'm like, in a county?
Right, just one.
Yeah. So I will guess, I'm going to say something outrageously large, like 2,000 positions.
Well, that is okay. That's quite a gap there, Ross.
Yeah. I'll go 400.
Give yourself a damn near dong, my friend. It's 300.
You know what a damn near dong is?
A ding.
It's a bell. Go ahead, give yourself a ding.
Jack.
Yeah, Ross.
Go for it, Ross.
What?
Go ahead.
I'll feed both of our mouths.
No, that's not right.
That was a damn near dong.
You're abusing the privilege.
He is right, though. The district says it's still actively recruiting, and they plan to have a teacher in every classroom in time by the time that school starts next week. All right, speaking of a couple of other school items, this is the final weekend to save on back-to-school shopping. The state sales tax holiday ends on Sunday. It applies to school supplies priced at $50 or less, as well as clothing, footwear, and accessories that cost $100 or less per item. Sales tax exemption also covers learning aids, jigsaw puzzles that are $30 and under, computers and other computer accessories up to $1,500. And even if you don't have
what
kids,
do you need, Ross? Yeah.
I need, I was thinking, man, I really need some new shorts and shirts, and I'm thinking, well, get them this weekend when you don't have to pay sales tax.
Yeah, like a backup, storage, flash drive.
Yeah, exactly. This is the weekend to get it.
What do you need?
I got one of those.
Oh.
On Prime Day.
All right.
Why are you
weird
coming at my
flex.
storage?
All right.
Meanwhile,
I didn't think that was going to go on air. We were just talking about storage not that long ago.
Meanwhile, kids dreading going back to school can have a little fun this weekend in Orange County. The Outpouring Orlando will host the 3rd annual Back to School Fest tomorrow at Blanchard Park. It runs from noon to 3. Organizers promise free food, games, and a backpack giveaway at 1 p.m. while supplies last. You can register and get more info at outpouringorlando.com. All right, Orange County's tourism tax collections, not good news, down for a 3rd month in a row. Officials say there was a 7.3% drop in June compared to the year before after collecting $30 million from tourists. Orange County Comptroller Phil Diamond says there's no need to panic yet, because the tourist development tax revenue goes up and down very quickly. So Diamond says the county should continue to be very cautious, though, in what commitments it chooses to take on. Like adding 1 million square feet to that tiny convention center.
It makes no sense.
Wasn't that a wise choice?
Shame
Yes.
on these people.
Yes.
I don't care, Democrat, Republican.
Doesn't
shame
matter.
on them for not having the fortitude or backbone.
You can say balls
to stand up and say this money should be used for the things that are affected by tourism, like police, roads, about all of this tourist-related stuff, instead of just making that monstrosity bigger out there.
And how about
the convention center,
a real public transportation that serves the needs of the people who work the convention center and all the hotels
and service this tourism community?
Exactly. It's just like you said earlier, with
It's
the corporations get in the way.
Yeah.
When they even had the Citizen Advisory Task Force look at how they were going to spend the money, I thought, don't treat us like we're stupid people. We know what your list is going to come out with.
Yeah.
It's going to come out with all those big names and big projects attached to them.
And that's why Mike Griffin quit that advisory board, because he said it seemed predetermined on where they were going with this.
It gets me so mad. All right, well,
tell him, Ross.
Tell him, Ross. Members of an Orange County church say they're banned from the mall at Millennia. A group from Apopka's Remnant Revival Outreach Center were worshiping in the mall's atrium on Wednesday when police and security said, no, appreciate it, folks, but you got to go. You got to dip.
I enjoy the image of a police officer going, no.
No. They say they were also told they'd be arrested if they returned. They said it was a very respectful interaction with everyone involved. Pastor Rich Lorenzo Jr. says it was like a church service with preaching, singing, and praying for about 30 minutes. Now, one church member tells Fox 35, we need more good in this world because there's so much darkness. Another member of the church said that they believe the mall turned their music up to try to drown out the singing and the voices. Hey, I get it, but gather at a public space because that's a private spot, right?
Some Brazilians like, man, this flash dance sucks. I'm going to go buy some more Gucci glasses. And then they will grab that tax and then waste it.
Yeah, waste it. Exactly. All right, one person is dead. 4 others are hurt after 2 separate crash landings in Florida. Down in Broward County, a small plane reportedly crashed during takeoff at North Perry Airport. That's in Pembroke Pines due to a fuel leak earlier today. Unfortunately, 1 person was killed. 2 other victims who were on board are in critical condition. And then closer to home, Central Florida police say another small engine plane was heading to the DeLand Airport when experienced engine trouble. So the aircraft was forced to land in the front yard of a Volusia County home. Hey, honey, did you see what ended up in the front yard?
Did the dog take another dump in it? The neighbor didn't pick it up? Not quite.
A little different.
That's uncool, by the way.
That's so uncool.
Oh, my God. Our neighbor's dog ate a plane.
One of the 2 people on board was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. All right, bad weather over the weekend may impact a scheduled launch along Central Florida's Space Coast. Forecasters say rain could get in the way of Sunday night's SpaceX launch from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. However, they predict the thunderstorms will most likely move offshore near the end of the 4-hour launch window. And if liftoff is successful, the company will send another batch of Starlink internet satellites into low Earth orbit. It would also mark the 40th successful launch in Brevard County this year. Speaking of our beaches, finding qualified lifeguards continues to be a struggle in Volusia County. The county has over 100
2,000
100 part-time and seasonal lifeguard openings, and things could get worse as school begins. But it's not for a lack of people applying. Volusia County Beach Safety Deputy
They just
Chief
can't swim.
Tammy Melfers says getting people to apply isn't as much of a problem as finding those who meet the physical requirements.
Yeah,
It's tough.
I've seen
It's
lifeguards.
very tough, yeah.
These are people in prime physical condition.
They have to be.
I'm not one.
She says lifeguards have to swim 500 meters in under 10 minutes. I bet Ross would make a really good lifeguard. They have to be able.
I really appreciate that.
They also have to be able to run half a mile in under 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah.
A half a mile, Ross. How fast is your mile?
I think I can get a mile like in 7:10.
I bet you could run a half in
if
3
I gassed it.
So, no, what's the requirement for the Coast Guard?
So, well, for Coast Guard, I don't know, but
for lifeguards. Sorry.
Lifeguard, it's half a mile in under 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Yeah. And then they also have to be able to swim 500 meters in under 10 minutes.
Okay, I'll be...
half a mile is two laps around the track.
Yeah, that is tough. Half a mile in 3 minutes and 10 seconds?
And under 3 minutes and 15 seconds. So add 5 more seconds there, Ross.
Oh, that makes it easy.
I'll be honest with you, dude. That's rough. I don't know if I got that. That is tough.
Yeah, but you can sprint. It's not like you're pacing yourself to make a 5K.
Yeah, I'm going to throw up everywhere. I'm going to throw up through my damn ears if I try that.
On the drowning person.
But I am curious.
You're giving a mouth-to-mouth, and it's like, whoa.
I want to see if I can pass this lifeguard thing.
All right.
What are the other requirements?
Sign them up.
Okay, absolutely. You have to swim 500 meters in under 10 minutes.
Oh, I struggle in a bathtub.
Okay, and then you have to run half a mile in 3 minutes, under 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
I'm going to try that like in the next couple of days.
All right. Well, I want to see video of that.
I'll record it on my phone. I'm not going to record myself running. That's weird.
Melfers tells News 6 another problem is lifeguards are not allowed to use their phones while they're on the tower. So imagine that.
That's why they
right. You've got you've got all your young kids in their prime, but they have to sit in that lifeguard tower without their phones all day.
I'm addicted.
I can't do it.
Oh yeah, but I got a Snapchat. Look, they're drowning.
Exactly.
Whatevs, but likes and subscribes, man. That's where I'm at. You save me, I'll save you.
Yeah, exactly. All right. The heat in South Florida is keeping AAA busy. The extreme temperatures are apparently causing car problems this summer. A AAA spokesman says calls for dead batteries are up more than twice as much as last summer. Not only that, he says the heat can also cause tire blowouts. Have you guys noticed all the rubber on the roads these days?
No.
I feel like I ran over at least the remnants of 3 or 4 tires just in the last 2 days.
Really?
One Miami-Dade County resident tells CBS News Miami he has had 2 cars break down on him in just a few days this summer because of the heat. Speaking of the heat in South Florida, real quick, delicate coral reefs in the Keys. Here's some good news, folks. They're being relocated into deeper, cooler water.
We're just going to move them?
Yeah, due to warmer than usual ocean temperatures, some coral in the middle and lower Keys began bleaching in late July. Now, Reef Renewal's Ken Niedermeyer says that bleaching doesn't mean all of the coral in the Florida Keys is dead. Batches of elkhorn, staghorn, boulder, and brain coral are being relocated. Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary scientists and as well as volunteer divers, Jack, you should have done this, are taking care of the relocating and expect the project to be completed by the end of next week. And then finally, Mark Zuckerberg's wife seems to be less than pleased with the octagon installed in their backyard.
The Mojo Dojo Casa.
Yeah, exactly.
Mark is in training to fight Elon.
I guess the Meta CEO posted a conversation with his wife, Priscilla Chan, on Instagram recently. Now, of course, for those who don't know, Jack, stop picking. He and Elon Musk, but do your soft circles.
I was only looking. I was looking.
Soft circles.
I was only
Soft
looking.
circles. You were looking for a victim.
You
Soft
done
circles.
got.
Soft
I looked
circles.
at it.
Tap your fingers. Tap your fingers. Of course, Zuckerberg and Elon Musk have been talking about having a quote-unquote cage match for the past month. Now, Chan replies to Zuckerberg in the screenshot, quote, I have been working on that grass for 2 years, end quote.
Oh.
So Zuckerberg added a poll on the Instagram story about whether to keep the fighting arena or, quote, save the grass, end quote.
I think Ross can relate on how he felt when a pool was put in his backyard.
I thought of Ross when I saw this story.
Yeah. Unconsensual large objects in your backyard.
Yeah.
Not a euphemism. Take that literal.
Well, of course, this comes as former UFC fighter Nate Diaz is going to fight internet sensation turned boxer Jake Paul in the boxing ring tomorrow night in Dallas. And now you are officially woke. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to tell you what else the heat is doing. This time, it's to your watermelons. So keep it here on Real Radio 104.1.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Ian Cassette with your Central Florida forecast. Storm chances return here this afternoon with more of that summer heat with a high of 95 degrees this afternoon and feels like temperatures in the triple digits. Best chance of rain will come after 2 o'clock with scattered storm chances into the evening hours. It may linger through dinner time as well, but dry weather overnight with a low of 77 degrees. This weekend will be hot and stormy with a high of 95 degrees on Saturday and more afternoon storms. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Ian Cassette.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's new rechargers are energy drinks for everyday doers. Whether you're going out or staying in, power through your day with a new handcrafted iced or frozen Wawa recharger. Gotta have a Wawa.
Man, here in Central Florida, woo! This weather is like a roller coaster. You got to have an AC company you can lean on because in Florida, your AC has to be dependable, and your AC company does as well. For me, that's Mills Air. No question. These guys are awesome. Been at it for 30-plus years here in Central Florida. Let them take that experience and help you with your AC system, keeping it running cool every single time. They're techs, awesome people. They know this stuff inside and out, and they're Carrier factory authorized dealers. That can mean up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and certainly turn to the experts at family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call them today. Schedule that appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar & Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies, and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar & Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, Orlando.
Applebee's daily deals for $9.99 and under. There's a deal every day for everyone. Just $9.99 and under. That's all day, every day. Get into your local Applebee's now. Daily deals are dine-in only in limited locations listed on nrpneighborhood.com. Limited time only while supplies last. Participation varies.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
When it's the hottest day of the summer. But it's the hottest day of the summer. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high. You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA. Or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA. Or visit tworld.com.
O'Reilly! Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the right Super Start battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Consumer Cellular, you get the same exact coverage as the largest carriers for up to half the cost. Same thing, up to half the cost. Less money for the exact same thing. Hope this is clear enough. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, they're here to answer. Switch today and get a second month of service for free. Go to consumercellular.com/free month and enter promo code FREEMONTH. Half the cost savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 5 GB data plan and unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon May 2023. Promotion subject to terms and conditions.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis. Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great end of the work week. Parents, hang in there. Just a few more days, and those rugrats are going to be out of your hair.
Nah, stupid rugrats.
Oh.
You dumb, stupid little Tommy Pickles.
Do you miss those days, Dak?
No, because I credit Rugrats to my daughter's behavior for a good chunk of her life. That's what I get for making Rugrats her guardian instead of paying attention myself.
Oh, no.
Way too much Angelica in that, in that middle child.
Also, a little way too much honesty.
Yeah.
I like it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rugrats was a third parent to me.
I bet. Yeah, see?
It was massive.
Exactly.
It was a huge deal, man.
Speaking of kids, that's the reason why one Jim Colbert is not with us on this Friday. He has family in town. It's also his wife's birthday, so he took today off to hang out with the fam and have some celebrations this weekend. He'll be back with us on Monday. You've got the usual crew without him, though, Deb, Jack, and Ross. And I don't know if you guys have heard. Now, I know a couple of shows like the Monsters this morning, I think, talked about this.
Yeah.
But, Jack, you brought up a really good point that this is beyond just an interesting story. This really is a public service announcement.
Indeed.
Have you guys heard what the extreme heat is doing to, of all things, watermelons?
Watermelons.
Now, obviously I have, but Ross, have
you heard?
No. What's wrong with watermelons? Are they shriveling?
No, this extreme heat is actually, it's actually causing them to start to ferment on the inside. And you can tell because you'll start to see foam poking out the end of, on the stem ends of your watermelon will start oozing out.
Really?
And in some cases, the damn thing's even exploded.
All right.
So what they're saying is
they're like prematuring. There's no easy way to say it, right?
I don't think at any time, Ross, you want your watermelon to explode on you. Especially, I don't know if you guys heard. Now, I heard myself today. Do you know how expensive watermelon is? One watermelon. What do you think one watermelon is running you right now?
Man, my wife just bought a watermelon. I'm gonna say $12.
$5.
$10.99. So Ross, damn near a dong.
Oh yeah, damn near.
Oh, what's
damn
that?
Near.
What's that? A bell?
Jack,
a ding?
I got you. I'll feed you.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, $10.99.
Wow, well deserved.
Jack. Now, really, with this one case, this woman in Maine. Now they had a heat wave. Guess what their heat wave was? 74 degrees, and this woman's watermelon exploded in her kitchen.
What?
It wasn't even outside. She'd left it on her counter for 3 days because she didn't have any space in her refrigerator, and in that amount of time, her watermelon started to foam at one end.
At 74 degrees.
At 74 degrees.
I don't believe it.
Now, what they say is that most of the watermelons are grown like here in Florida, Arizona, California, even Delaware, and Texas.
And they're just foaming at the...
They're foaming at the stem end, and that's usually a sign that they're fermenting on the inside, and then it's going to explode.
Don't think you can cut it and eat it, because what I heard on the Monsters today is, and I don't know if it's toxic or just, I don't think it's edible at that point.
No, it's not. In fact, I've heard at one point it becomes toxic. So even though it's fermenting, don't think of it like, what was that, Everclear? Don't think of it as
moonshine.
Yeah, don't think of it as like watermelon moonshine.
You got to be careful about that watermelon foam, because that's how baby watermelons happen.
Isn't that a song, Watermelon Moonshine?
I don't know,
like
but
that.
He's real proud of his baby watermelon joke, Jack. Give him some love on that.
I'm just saying, that's how unplanned watermelons happen. Okay. It's just that, watermelon gets a couple of drinks.
Things get all happening. Foam starts coming out the end.
Easy.
I'm just saying.
Their watermelon starts squeaking.
We've done this radio show now for a couple of years. And
it will be 5 years in November.
Right? I cannot think of a weirder year of news. Granted, COVID was the big one, but like the amount of odd stories from remember this was the year of the train long ago.
Oh yeah. And I mean and especially with the heat stories, like I saved a heat story with honeybees and Arizona where your mom lives out, Ross. And I decided to go with the watermelon story because it's more fun, and like Jack said, it really is a public service, because $10.99, I mean, aren't watermelons supposed to be like $4 or $5 in the summertime? Isn't that usually what they should be?
God, every time I think about watermelon, I think of July 4th.
Yeah.
That is right up there with a hot dog and a burger on July 4th.
Exactly. And then just add in a baseball game. Well, you know what else that goes really good with something fermented, something properly fermented, and that would be a good cigar. So right now, it's Embers only.
Now, it's time to explore the world of cigars, spirits, and other things that make life worth living. This is Embers Only.
Welcome to Embers Only here on Real Radio 104.1, brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. 3 of these wonderful locations here in Central Florida to serve you. Heathrow downtown, Sand Lake Road. Yeah, these are cigar stores for sure, but they're much more. They're cigar lounges. They have everything you could possibly dream of wanting in the cigar lifestyle. Humidors, lighters, cutters, everything, including fine spirits and wines and ports to enjoy with these great cigars. And without question, it's the largest selection of premium cigars in all of Central Florida. No questions asked there. Your cigar of the week is the Corona Intensa FSG Toro. You know, for 15 years over at Corona, the Intensa has been that popular go-to cigar for the people who like full-flavored, full-body cigars. And I would tell you, I think this is more of a medium-strong cigar than a full-body cigar. It does smoke really well. You get a nice toasted wood in there, leather, tons of spice, and actually kind of when you get down into the cigar about a quarter away, it gets a little sweet. It's actually really, really nice. It's that Nicaraguan Corojo tobacco inside, the FSG tobacco inside, the Nicaraguan wrapper. It all comes together to give you a really, really great smoking experience. Not to mention, the quality of the build of these cigars is without question. Corona really does a great job putting these things together. You get wonderful draw from every smoke. They light easy, they last a long time, and they deliver full flavor throughout the entire cigar. You cannot lose with these, and even better, they're straight up half price right now. $99.95 a box. MSRP on these is $200. This is a real treat, guys. If you get a chance to grab a box of these, do it. You're going to love it. It's the Corona Intensa FSG Toro, and it is your cigar of the week. Big thanks to the guys over at Corona Cigar. 3 locations to pick these up, downtown Heathrow, Sand Lake, and if you're out of the area, order them online at coronacigar.com. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Real Radio and Carl Black Chevrolet want to send you and a friend to Nashville for a fun-filled weekend and tickets to see Luke Bryan. Register to win now at realradio.fm/contests.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your weekend is off to a great start on this Friday. And right now, on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a little bit of your usual delay, of course, on I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535. That's from Highway 192. But beside that, eastbound lanes are clear on I-4. The same goes for westbound lanes, east and westbound of the 408 as well. And north and southbound lanes of the Turnpike are incident-free as well as the Greenway. Remember, if you have a report for us, however, dial our Safe Touch Security traffic tip line number, 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive professionals. Well, at Blindster, if you have a tape measure and a screwdriver, you can install our custom blinds and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. You know, let's start thinking a little differently about our long-term health care. For years, we watched friends, family, and even ourselves wait for a health scare before we actually really paid attention to our bodies. But with Life Imaging FLA, you can now get a much better picture of how you're actually doing. You know, my experience with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan has been a game changer. My scan showed issues I would have never known about. And look, when it comes to your body, there's nothing like knowing. And now I can attack these issues head on. You can too with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan. Don't wait, do what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan with just a few minimum requirements. That's a $699 value. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. And it couldn't be easier. Just pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. That is it. Pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan and you'll be connected in seconds. Make that call and make this the day you take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text text message from iHeartMedia.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Get ready to save with Spectrum One. You get Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security. And a free Spectrum mobile line with unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Go to spectrum.com/save more and use the Spectrum One savings calculator to see how much you can save today. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Get 50% off all jeans. That's 50% off all jeans. Plus, grab kids' uniform polo shirts for just $4. Hurry, it's only this weekend at Old Navy. Valid 8, 5, and 6. Excludes in-store clearance. Select polos only.
I like to cook on the Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassey's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories. They even have a classroom set up to teach you all the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassey's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee. So it's Wassey's Meat Market. Check them out on Instagram or just go to their website, wasseysmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's wasseysmeatmarket.com.
I'm good at cutting hair, but I never cut my budget too close.
Amscott's installment cash advance from $100 to $1,000 could mean more money and more time to pay it back. And no credit check. Amscott, some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
What do you call Mega Monday? $500 Mega Monday high hands every 20 minutes in the poker rooms at the Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Card Clubs August 7th. Mega Monday means this one-day event will be a great way to kick off your week with $500 every 20 minutes. Monday, August 7th, only at the Daytona Beach Racing and Card Club at I-4 and I-95 and Orange City Racing and Card Club at I-4 exit 111B on Saxon Boulevard.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. So apparently Facebook is still a thing? Search gym members and join our group.
Happy Friday, y'all. Thank you for joining us on the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
And now it's time for your Friday buddy cop montage over this song. This makes me want to, solve a crime with you guys.
Does it really?
Yeah, but have me like in an afro and bell bottoms.
Actually, it makes me want to talk about Yacht Rock Sundays.
Captain's Log Radio Sundays at 8 a.m.
Baby.
Steely Dan, a staple
Jack
of Yacht Rock.
Puts this kind of vibe together. So, like, if you're waking up a little hurting from a hard Saturday night, you just want to kind of ease into your Sunday, Captain's Log. You got to do it right here, Real Radio 104.1.
This makes me just want to flip a lollipop in my mouth and make out with, like, the crime doer's wife. And I throw the lollipop on the ground. And then the bad guy...
It's a waste of candy, man.
Yeah, and then the bad guy sees the lollipop and he's like, Paget!
Some days I just want to crawl in that head of yours.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a fun time.
Jim will be back with us on Monday, but you've got Deb, Jack, and Ross.
Well, I mean, Ross is referring to those 70s.
Oh, Kojak.
Yeah, but the thing
Columbo.
is, back then, you had copies of songs. They would cover songs. They wouldn't use the original one for the copyright reasons, right? I remember like BJ and the BJ and the Bear.
Right.
They had "Take It Easy" by the Eagles, but it wasn't the Eagles. It was someone else singing it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it would be cheaper for them to use that.
If only they waited till 2023 when everyone's selling their catalogs.
I think the big change was Miami Vice, where they would start using real artists' songs in the show, and then it became cool. Like In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins, Sheena Easton, Glenn Fry.
Yeah, and speaking of Miami Vice, wasn't that really the first television show that you could remember of that had a really cool opening soundtrack on its own?
I think Jan Hammer. It was that was good. But I also remember. There you go. Yeah.
I remember it being like so sexy for the. I mean, that was like we hadn't heard anything like that before. So Miami.
There's a sailboat, and then the next shot is just a great amount of cleavage.
Exactly.
I'm watching the intro right now, starring Don Johnson.
Yeah.
There's a montage.
80s, baby.
It's
80s.
just images of horses and Rolls Royces. Philip Michael Thomas.
It's all Miami. It's all pastels, open shirts, blazers with the sleeves rolled up.
Yep.
Helicopter shot over the water.
The show was hot.
It was hot.
The show was hot.
It was.
Just two random shots of parrots.
Yeah.
Miami. It's all that South Florida life.
So it was, giving you that South Florida, but that lifestyle, that upper end lifestyle, but had that element, the drug dealer, and there was this coolness factor to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's also one of those shows that kind of helped put, certainly South Florida, Miami on the map. You know, you had Daytona Beach with the spring break scene, but, it was always
huge.
so sexy and,
Yeah. Something like that definitely kind of elevates tourism.
Well, a kind of a sad note out of the world of television, but Mark Margolis, you remember him of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul?
Yeah. Well, he didn't have many lines of dialogue.
No, he didn't, but still hugely effective. He has died at 83. Now, his son confirmed he died yesterday in New York City, actually after just a short illness. Now, Margolis most recently starred as drug lord Hector Salamanca in Breaking Bad, right? Known for his silent demeanor in communicating with a bell.
Yeah.
Now, Margolis was a student of legendary acting coach Stella Adler and actually worked as her personal assistant. But do you know what his first notable role was? Speaking of Miami.
Scarface?
Exactly. Yeah, he played Alberto the Shadow back in 1984's Say Hello to My Little Friend, Scarface. And this next item I have, Jack, this is near and dear to your heart.
Everyone knows the bell. Oh, man.
It was so good. Both series.
That's the bell that everyone remembers. That's the end of season 4.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Now, what about in Better Call Saul? What role did he play in that?
Same character.
Same role,
same one?
but it's a prequel.
Oh, that's right. That's right, because that's before the...
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of mobsters, I know you're a big fan of the iconic, named one of the best television shows ever
gotta be
made.
Sopranos.
It is,
Yep.
Jack, it is. Well, guess what? Good news. You can now own the Patriarch's own boat.
What?
Yeah, Tony Soprano's fishing vessel.
Boat or James Gandolfini's boat?
No, Tony Soprano's.
Okay.
Now, was it called Stugatz?
No,
Or Stugatz? Stugatz.
Yeah,
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Stugatz.
Wait, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure we're allowed to say that on the radio.
Wait, what is it?
Let's just keep going.
Oh, I'm gonna have to. So, in other words, don't try and pronounce it again.
Correct.
Okay. Well, it's been listed for sale in Stamford, Connecticut.
Put it this way: this is the boat where they killed Big Pussy.
Is it really?
It is. To the song to Baubles, Bangles, and Beads by Frank Sinatra.
Oh.
Fantastic song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's being listed for sale through United Yacht Sales. The 1999 Cape Fear 47 Sportfish has since been renamed Never Enough by its former owner, who's
probably
listing...
better.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still waiting to find out. A texting service. Come on, we have the smartest listeners in talk radio. Let me know what that word meant at 77031. The listing for who's listing the classic Carolina-style custom sport fishing boat. How much do you think it's being listed for? I didn't think it's not too bad. I mean, it's outside of my price range, but
$150,000.
All right, Ross.
Man, 300,000. No, 300,000. I'll go 300,000.
Just under $300,000. That time you get a dong.
Oh, all right.
Now, I'm kind of surprised because it features a large teak cockpit, 2 staterooms, 2 bathrooms for overnight guests. This piece of Sopranos history was the first of several owned by the infamous mob boss over the series' lifetime. Wouldn't that be great? sail that around.
The boat in general.
I know, exactly.
And then all of a sudden do like your...
I mean, it's a nice conversation piece.
Exactly, exactly.
Then you put on the Soprano song, and then you murder.
Oh, then your guests are like, oh, so...
Oh, yeah, this is a live version. Yeah. Matter of fact, it's funny. Big Pussy, I remember, puts the CD...
So uncomfortable listening to you say that word.
It's his name.
I know.
It's his name on the show.
But it's like me saying that Italian word I'm not supposed to say.
Yeah, don't say that. I looked it up.
Okay. Really?
So he puts the CD on, and I was a huge fan of Sinatra, but it was a song I've never heard before.
Really?
Baubles, Bangles, and Beads, and I know it's... he works with had a samba. The guy who did Girl from Ipanema.
Oh yes.
So
yes.
It was that flavor, and I remember Michael Andrew heard me talking about it on the Phillips File at the time, and then gave me the full background on that because there is a few people who know more about the life and times of Frank Sinatra than Michael Andrew,
really?
Who also did a whole Sinatra number and bit and Rat Pack thing on stage. As a performer, Michael Andrew, phenomenal performer.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Swingerhead. If you ever get an opportunity to see him and his band in concert, it's definitely one of the best times you will ever have.
Yeah.
And of course, keeping in mind, right, Sinatra's close ties to the mafia. Who's What'd You Do That's New recently was that it was the podcast where we listened to...
that was mine.
Right.
Paul Anka.
Paul Anka, that's right.
And what I learned from that podcast was, and it was when he was on Smartless.
Yep.
His connection to Las Vegas, the mob, and the Rat Pack, which I just, never knew. And some of the, it's a reminder of the, our seniors have stories.
Oh my gosh.
And some of them are untapped stories, and it doesn't have to be a celebrity to be someone of interest, and it's one of those things when when someone passes, they take their stories with them, so make sure you take the time to learn them.
Absolutely. And that Paul Anka, that Smartlist list, you can see the whole What'd You Do That's New master list at JimColbertLive.com, where all of our choices over the last 5 years are loaded, and that Smartlist podcast that Jack posted, that Paul Anka interview was so fascinating because while he was before my time, to hear his connection to the Rat Pack, finding out that Sammy Davis Jr.'s nickname was Smokey.
Yeah.
That Dean Martin was Dino.
Yeah. That was, I knew that one, but I've been like I mentioned, a fan of Sinatra and the Rat Pack and Dean Martin. Today driving in, I was listening to Frank Sinatra.
So you're pulling up into the Maitland parking lot, just jamming out. I love how this song is called Baubles, Bangles, and Beads.
Yeah.
This is you? Is this you?
This is it.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it up, man.
Look at...
But keep in mind, too, while this lovely bossa nova-like tune is playing in the background, you've got, big,
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Say
makes,
it, Jack.
You know what's weird is that this song also makes me want to flip a lollipop into my mouth and then make out with the bad person's wife.
I got to tell you, though, Frank Sinatra has like a Christmas album that's great. I think this is still some of the best party music that if you're going to have a dinner party or a small soiree at your house, this is the perfect soundtrack for it.
It's funny. I have a playlist called Dinner Music.
Yes.
And it's Sinatra, it's Dean Martin, but it's Bobby Darin.
Exactly.
And just some older, that 50s, 60s, cocktail lounge groove stuff.
And so I've had, Jack was actually sitting shotgun to my Sinatra phase, I think, 2 years ago when I really fell in love with all these, what are these crooner classics?
I guess, definitely.
Right? I'm a fan of the croon. I'm Team Croon.
I'm Team Croon as well.
Yeah, and the one thing that I realized every time I listen to Sinatra in my 2006 Nissan Sentra manual windows, it's not a nice car, but I'm listening to Sinatra, and my God, did I feel like I had $100 extra in my pocket.
I bet that you could use to light your cigar with, right?
You just... Listen, you could be broke as a joke, but put on Sinatra and you're like, you know what? I'm on the come up.
Exactly.
I'm getting out of this.
I'm going to go home and put on my velvet smoking jacket.
Yeah, I'm going to do it my way.
Exactly. And to find out that iconic song was written by Paul Anka when he was how old, Jack? He was only in his 20s when he wrote that song for Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, he was young, and Frank Sinatra told him he's about to retire, so he wrote this song for Frank Sinatra about his career.
Unbelievable, considering those were the words of that song, I Did It My Way, are the words of a seasoned old man, and yet it was written by a young man in his 20s.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the most fascinating facts we ever learned. Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break, but coming back, we're going to do Primetime Kitchen with Fayez Cara from the Orlando Weekly, and he's got a whole list of stuff for you to check out in Central Florida this weekend. We'll do that next, so keep it right here on The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Happy Friday.
By her ring, ring-a-linger, I've heard that's where
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
wearing baubles.
The good news? You can watch us too. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your weekend is off to a great start on this Friday. And right now, on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a little bit of your usual delay, of course, on I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535. That's from Highway 192. But beside that, eastbound lanes are clear on I-4. The same goes for westbound lanes, east and westbound of the 408 as well. And north and southbound lanes of the Turnpike are incident-free as well as the Greenway. Remember, if you have a report for us, however, dial our Safe Touch Security traffic tip line number, 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has great prices on everything you need for back to school. Right now, 2-pocket poly folders and an 8-pack of Staples No. 2 pencils are just 50 cents. Offer ends August 26. Pricing and limits may vary in-store and online. School on, save on at Staples.
Yo, it's Ross. I'm here to tell you about Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company. Straight up, they make great beer. In fact, they make my favorite beer. Their Blood Orange Wheat is my #1 right now. Andy and Robbie, the minds behind Persimmon Hollow Beer, are just passionate about the beer that they brew. You can really taste how much they give a damn about their beer. Visit Persimmon Hollow at any of their 5 locations so you can enjoy passionately crafted beers. Enjoy a Persimmon Hollow beer. Drink sensibly, but get weird. PersimmonHollowBrewing.com.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The #1 cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hi, welcome to IKEA. Talk.
Talk? What's talk?
That's thank you in Swedish. We're saying talk to our loyal IKEA family members with lots of discounts and new lower prices on your favorite items, from the kitchen to the bathroom.
Wow, talk.
No, talk to you. Visit IKEA-USA.com/family-offers to check out our offers available to you. Offers valid 8/2 to 8/20. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
These days, there are plenty of things to worry about, but keeping pests out of your home shouldn't be one of them. That's why you need Massey Services. Massey eliminates pests before they get inside. They start by carefully inspecting the inside and outside of your home and then focus customized treatments on the outside. Best of all, your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. That's the Massey difference. Expect more and get it.
Deals on the McD app are kind of like cool breezes on a hot summer day. You don't know when they're coming, but when they hit, there's nothing quite like them. Save time and get back to summer fun when you order ahead on the app. Pick up a juicy, tender McCrispy, golden fries, and a refreshing Dr. Pepper. It's 30% off your entire order when you spend $5 using mobile order and pay on the McD app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 6/1/23 through 12/31/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Dr. Pepper is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7UP, Inc.
A meal at McDonald's brings my family closer together. And now that same meal helps bring other families closer together. When we order a family bundle deal that has 40 crispy chicken McNuggets and 2 large fries, McDonald's donates 50 cents to local Florida Ronald McDonald House Charities chapters, providing a home away from home so families can stay close to their child during medical care. We can also round up our order and the extra will get donated. Food, family, and helping others?
What could be better? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
At Consumer Cellular, you get the same exact coverage as the largest carriers for up to half the cost. Same thing, up to half the cost. Less money for the exact same thing. Hope this is clear enough. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, they're here to answer. Switch today and get a second month of service for free. Go to consumercellular.com/free month and enter promo code free month. Half the cost savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular's single line 5 gigabyte data plan and unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon May 2023. Promotion subject to terms and conditions.
With the Audio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Audio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Audio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Audio app than I did growing up here.
Audio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler, like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Jim will be back with us on Monday, but since it's Friday at 4:20, you know what time that is. It's Primetime Kitchen, brought to you by Ace's Tool Hardware. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. Of course, anything you need for on the grill or in the yard, you need to go to Tools Ace Hardware. Right now, we want to talk to Fayez Kara, the restaurant critic, the environment, the Sousson of class for Central Florida, really, from the Orlando Weekly. Sousson. See, I tried to whip out one of my fancy French words. Welcome, Fayez Kara. Yay! Oh, yeah. How you doing, Fayez?
What an intro. What an intro.
You don't know where to start, do you?
I do. I do know where to start. I'm starting with cleaning up this mess from this exploding watermelon. Oh, my God.
You bought one as well. I do have to thank the texting service for setting me straight on the price of watermelon. Apparently, it's not as expensive as I feared. Folks have been saying they've been able to get some for under $6 at some of the big box stores.
Got to go to Aldi.
Aldi, yeah, they're saying Walmart. So definitely just don't keep your don't keep your watermelon out of the fridge. Put it in the fridge. And that's all I have when it comes to food, Fayez. This is where I have to hand it over to you.
Do watermelons explode in Canada?
Oh, that sounds like a title of a movie or a book. Yeah. Wasn't that a Steely Dan song?
I think so, yeah.
If it is, you can hear it in Captain's Log Radio.
It's a Mel Brooks film.
Yeah, of course. So are you back stateside with us now, or are you still up in the Great White Wonder?
Well, as you can tell from the prison wall,
it's a different view.
I'm still in Canada. I'll be back. I'll be back on Labor Day. I promise you that. Labor Day with an O, not with an O-U-R. So I'll be back soon enough.
Yeah.
But I am still keeping up on all the happenings of the Orlando restaurant scene, and I need to start off right off the bat with the opening of Primrose Lanes Restaurant and Bowling Club. Now, if you recall, Colonial Lanes opened way back in 1958, right there off Colonial and McGuire-ish sort of area.
Yeah, community stalwart.
Yes, a stalwart in the community, of course. And it closed in 2018, then reopened just today. Today it's open thanks to an extensive renovation by three brothers, Daniel, Keith, and the ever gregarious Romy Mawardi. Of the Team Market Group. And if you're not familiar with Team Market Group, that's the same hospitality group behind Mather's Social Gathering, the Wellborn, Taco Cat, the Robinson Room. You know, they're behind a lot of really cool venues in town.
Know what they're doing?
They put I'm sorry?
Know what they're doing then?
They absolutely do. I mean, I think along with like other restaurateurs like Jason and Sue Chin and like Johnny and Jimmy Tung, the Mawardi brothers are really elevating our restaurant and beverage scene. I mean, they spared no expense in redoing this Primrose Lanes. I had an opportunity to visit Primrose Lanes a couple of times while they were still renovating it, and it's just incredible. I mean, they've retained, I think, 8 of the 32 lanes, and the wood that they procured from the other lanes after the renovation, they've used them as like countertops, and they're using all the old pins and like the pin machines, and they've retained a lot of that old flavor of colonial lanes, but still sort of like modernizing it as well. It's an extremely cool menu. It's like open from 8 in the morning. They'll be open for breakfast until 2 a.m. So
wow,
they have a restaurant component. They have a cafe component. There's actually the Robinson Room also exists within Primrose Lanes too, another location of it. And then when you're bowling, I should preface by saying that the menu is by Chef Jason Campbell, who was at Luke's in Maitland.
Yeah,
who really made he made Luke's in Maitland what it is, what it was, and he's got like 3 separate menus. So like I said, he's got that breakfast menu. He's got a menu for people who are bowling, like a lane menu, and then he's got like a full-fledged restaurant menu, and it's everything that Jason Campbell was sort of like doing at Luke's, like sort of like elevated comfort food, but introducing elements of other cultures into that food, and it's I honestly think he's one of the best chefs in the city. He really, really is. So I think it's a real coup for the Mawardi brothers to have sort of like nabbed him away from Luke's and have him like take charge of the kitchen here at Primrose Lanes.
And it also affords the opportunity to kind of up the bowling game when it comes to food, right? It doesn't always have to be hot dogs and nacho chips with what something strangely resembles cheese, right? You can eat really, really good while bowling a game.
Yeah, like I think he's got like some pan-fried snapper, and he's got like ribs. But then you know what? Like he didn't want to totally move away from classic bowling diner fare. I guess. So he does have like a smash burger, an OKC smash burger on there, and the Oklahoma City smash burger. It's really like I think where the truest form of the smash burger originated. It's that onion smash burger where you smash the meat, then you put like really thinly shaved onions on top, and then when you flip it over, it caramelizes really easily and really extrudes that flavor into the meat. So he's doing a smash burger. I think he does have a hot dog on the menu, but then he's also got like elevated items on there as well, and then there's cocktails as well. So I think it's really going to be like one of the hottest venues in town for a while.
Fayez, with your experience with the scene in Central Florida, have that pairing of bowling and really that elevated food offering, have you seen like unique combos like that before in the area?
Yeah, you do see some elements like that, but this is probably the most unique. The Mawardis, they also opened the Wellborn downtown. I don't know if you've ever been to that property, but it's sort of like a very sprawling property in numerous houses. But they've somehow unified that property with through their food offerings. So I think they really get a kick out of taking something that may seem really impossible to take on, and then they just go for it, and they create something like Primrose Lanes. They're doing, right across from Planty's Burgers on Mills 50, which is also one of their operations. Planty's, they're opening up a restaurant called Eastwood, and this was like in an old sort of derelict warehouse, and they've completely, in the process anyway, of completely transforming it, and they're going to create like an open fire restaurant sort of concept, and so they're not afraid to, take those risks and chances, and they, I think they also have the financial means to do so. So if a venture that they take on doesn't really work out, then it's not that big of a hit for them. They're in that very fortunate position, but they're really doing some really cool and unique things. And if you've been to the Robinson Room, you know how that's a really cool kind of space. They're a Taco Cat as well. Talking about taquerias, it's also a taqueria by day and like a nightclub, a crazy crazy nightclub by night.
They seem to find a way to make the draw much bigger than just the food.
Yeah, that's how we Hispanics roll.
Fias, I'm very interested in this. Is that so many times you see trends come from the West Coast? I have not heard of this trend of, swanky, high society bowling. Is there a chance that here in Orlando, we could be the spark of a national trend of, a little bit pricier of a bowling experience, but a far fancier one? Is there a chance that we're leading the way on this?
Oh, good question.
I would be surprised. I think in the late 90s and early aughts, we did see like bowling alleys offer a sort of more premium product. I think they had like night bowling with the disco balls and the glow in the dark kind of thing.
Right.
But this is something on a completely different level. They have like a really high-end coffee bar. They have like a high-end restaurant. They have like bowling that's super unique in terms of its the motif surrounding surrounding those lanes.
The early 2000s, correct? I don't think they had hipsters. This is hipster porn.
This is hipster porn.
If you are into vinyls, like everything, all those kind of old school things that have made a massive comeback.
Yeah, I love the fact that they've repurposed and reused. It's cool seeing the pins from the other lanes being used to hold up shelving in the bar. So that's really cool. But listen, what can you tell us as well about a much anticipated noodle bar?
Oh, okay. So last week, as I know, I broke the news on this show about Zaru, which is the an udon noodle concept by the James Beard Award-nominated restaurateurs Johnny and Jimmy Tung.
Yeah, you made me hungry with
Mills
that.
50, right next to Tien Hung Market. And so the sort of related news I have to break on the show today is that space was also going to house a noodle concept by Top Chef Season 3 winner Hung Huynh. And it turns out, however, that he has taken a post in New York City and he's moved to New York City. So that's not going to happen. So a little bit of sad news. Didn't mean to get people excited there.
Hey, all breaking news can't be great breaking news.
I know. I know. Wow.
Yeah, it's not so great. But I do have another piece of like pseudo breaking news. This came across my desk just yesterday, and it's that Charlie Steakhouse. Remember Charlie Steakhouse?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really old school steakhouse on I Drive.
Oh yeah.
They are going to be the first steakhouse to debut a plant-based steak. And it's called the FU filet mignon. FU standing for oh hell no. It actually stands for freaking unbelievable. And it's by a company called Chunk. And this
they could have done better. I mean, can we all just real fast? We'll move on. Why are you naming the fake meat company Chunk?
I don't know.
That is a bold move.
Who were the ad wizards who came up with this?
I don't know. That's a very good question.
You named it Chunk? Like, I don't want to rag on it because, like, I'm about that life. My wife is a vegan, so I have to pretend that I love all of this.
Right.
But you can't name it Chunk and be like, yeah, this is the way of the future.
I'm with you on that one, Ross.
Well, anyway, this FU filet mignon by Chunk. It's
I love the name FU filet mignon.
I got that part.
That part we'll work with. It gets us past the chunk.
So it's evidently it's made from cultured soy and wheat and beet juice and coconut oil, and it's fortified with like, I don't know, B12 and iron and something. And when I took a look at the picture of this thing, it kind of looks like, corned beef out of a can, when you take the whole thing out of a can. I'm really not selling this to you, but evidently.
No, don't worry about that, Fayez. The name Chunk did that. You had no responsibility in that.
Yeah. That's on them.
That's on them. Exactly. But go back to beet juice. Go back to beet juice.
Oh, yeah. I actually love beet juice.
I do too.
In fact, I have a beet juice story. Like I ordered, I think I was at the Winter Parks Farmer Market or something like that, and I got beet juice, and I was carrying it around Park Avenue, and someone came by and looked at me, and they were wondering what is this blood red drink that you're drinking. And they ask, hey, what are you drinking? I'm like, this is like cow's blood. It's really good. It's the latest, hippest thing. And she's looking at me, cow's blood? How only the Maasai people of Africa did that. I'm like, yes, it costs $69 for this plant-based filet mignon.
Wait, for just one?
For just one. And why $69?
Why?
Do they have a third grade sense of humor?
Exactly. I was just waiting for Ross to chime in.
We always do.
What is it?
Well, you got FU burger.
Exactly.
So-
You sell the FU steak for $69.
You already said
From
FU.
the company named Chunk. I'm thinking that the CEO is 12.
Yeah. I'm sensing a theme.
Is Elon Musk head of this chunk?
Yes, it's definitely
This
an
sounds
Elon
very
move.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
It would be called the X burger.
Yeah,
or the
there you
X
go.
fillet.
Yeah, there you go.
So
Chunk X.
why exactly $69? Is that just the
Another FU?
I have no idea. I have no clue why.
Holy.
But for $69, you can also get, I believe, their 18-ounce prime New York strip. I think that costs $69 on their menu, and this is exactly the same. So, yeah.
The most money I've ever spent on a piece of meat was $60, and it was a game changer.
And that wasn't even something you ate.
Yeah, like it
Hey,
was.
now.
I'm kidding.
It was
No, you're not.
like there are some pieces of meat and entrees of food that are just absolutely worth it.
Well, I would imagine that
But
it's got to
man.
be the production costs to make. I mean, because burgers is one thing. It's ground beef. You when it comes
It's a bunch
to
of cows.
visual is so important to food. What you're looking at on your plate a lot of times can make or break whether or not you want to continue with the experience. So, I would imagine the production of this or non-meat has to be fairly expensive, hence the price. Or really, Chunk is just saying "F you."
And you said that it's primarily beet, so beet juice. It should.
Yeah, it's cultured soy and wheat and beet juice and coconut oil, and it's like B12 and iron. And you remember, like a few weeks ago, I was talking about this place called Top Protein, which was introducing a sort of like meat that was made from ruminant milk.
Right.
Remember that? So they're creating burgers and chicken and everything that's made from like the milk of goats. And I think this year may be the year where we really start to see alternative meat options being sold by higher end restaurants. That this is probably a trend that's going to stick around for a while because a lot of people are going meatless.
They should have a PSA though if it's made out of beet juice, man, because I've had that beet juice just like straight to the face, and no one talks about like let's just say I went to the bathroom and I almost called the cops on myself because I was like, all right, well, I've got 2 hours left.
It looked like a crime scene, did it?
Well, it was just like,
what goes in comes out.
Just throw a little sticker or an asterisk on the menu
warning
for people start calling their parents, saying
goodbye.
You're not done seeing this.
Like I legit, I flushed and I checked how much money was in my account because I was like, am I going broke over this? We don't have
Time to get a
healthcare.
colonoscopy.
Yeah.
It might be time.
It was terrifying.
Well, I mean, it is good news, though, because when you hear an old school steakhouse like Charlie's embracing a meat-free option, it opens up the ability to continue to go to steakhouses with your vegan spouses and friends, because now no one has to be excluded from the experience. And not only that, it might make it easier to start going meat-free.
And now there are a lot of vegans that are going to buy this. I will throw this out here. There are vegans like my wife who actually, she's not going to be about this. That weirds her out of like, well, it looks like it. The whole reason why a lot of people look at that and they get freaked out is also kind of the same reason why my wife looks at it and gets freaked out. It's like, but that's fake. That's not what it's supposed to look like. You can shape carrots and beet juice in whatever shape you want, but like it's weird for her to put a fork into something and it to bleed beet juice.
Right, yeah.
To resemble something that she's really not about.
I wonder
if aesthetics, of course, are really important, like when you, especially with the plating. But like I said, I took a look at some of the photos here of the steak, and it doesn't look as bad as maybe you thought it would look. Like I said, I did the analogy of the whole corned beef in a can kind of thing. Well, that was supposed to be a positive description. But when they grill it and they plate it and they put like a little bit of butter on top, I'm assuming it looked like butter. It could be vegan butter. It actually looked palatable. So,
Fayez, would that be something you'd really look forward to trying? Like, when you go there for your next review of Charlie's, is that the first thing you're ordering?
Yeah, $69 FU filet mignon.
Well, yeah,
I got to. Like, it's something I haven't tried before.
Yeah.
I love trying new things. It's something that does pique my interest. I want to know what this $69 FU filet mignon by Chunk tastes like.
And I think for most people, they want to know compared to the steaks that you are accustomed to eating and writing about. So by comparison, I think it kind of gives a good indication to people on what to expect.
Because I'm sure
like the Impossible Burger, right? I'm not that big on the Beyond Meat, but the Impossible Burger, I think it does a great job making meatballs and like burger patties. I think it replicates the flavor of a ground beef patty fairly closely.
And if anything to help reduce the agricultural food, the footprint on the earth and absolutely healthier for humans as well. Well, I know we got to wrap it up, but Magical Dining is still going on, right?
It is. It starts August 18th.
Oh, it's coming
and it
up.
runs through October 1st.
Okay.
And this year, there's like more than 115 restaurants participating, and they're offering this year for the first time. They're offering $40 menu prefix menus and $60 prefix menus. Now, I took a look at the Visit Orlando's Magical Dining site, and it seems that like in true capitalist fashion, it's the corporate-run restaurants that are charging the $60 price.
Yeah.
So I would, again, just like with Bite 30, I would encourage people who are going to participate in Magical Dining, seek out our locally run independent restaurants, chef-run restaurants, who most of them are charging $40. There's like Wa Sushi and Kabuki Sushi. Kabuki Sushi is only charging $40. They're not going 60. Naughty Lobster and places like this. Seek those places out and support the local restaurants and shy away from the corporate-run steakhouses and hotel restaurants.
Yeah, go local. Exactly. I know a lot of people like Jimmy and his wife. I mean, their whole crew, they sit down with the Magical Dining, all the restaurants that are on and map out their strategy.
Make their plan. Yeah.
They do. I know a lot of folks in Central Florida really look forward to Magical Dining and map out those weeks where they're going to be going, where they're going to be eating. And like Fayez said, so much better to check out the local food scene because it is definitely exploding.
It is.
Well, Fayez,
that starts August the 18th.
August the 18th and runs through October.
It's exploding like watermelon.
Exactly. See how it all comes full circle?
Love it.
Chunks of watermelons.
Chunks. Oh, there you go, Fayez. Bravo. That was awesome. Well, you can read his restaurant critic reviews in the Orlando Weekly because he reviews not just the food, but the entire atmosphere and ambiance for your evening out. So you can always catch Fayez there. And, of course, we're going to get to see you at our poker tournament.
No, this is a world traveler. He's a traveler.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite. I probably won't be able to make it.
All right. Yeah. Well, we're gonna.
I'm taking part in WMFE's poker tournament.
Oh wow!
So, gotta support public radio. I'm kidding.
Yet I think I still make a monthly donation.
Yeah, well, as well you should. Thank you so much for joining us, Fayez. We'll see you again next Friday.
Thanks, everyone.
You got to have a great weekend. And like I said, you can always get all of his great reviews at the Orlando Weekly, where you can. That was me, Ross. You can give me a buzzer. I shut off my own microphone.
No, it happens.
Okay. That actually hurt a little bit.
You asked for it.
I know I did. Fine. It's like an exploding watermelon. We're going to take a quick break, but we are going to start talking about the poker tournament when we come back because Jack says we have some exciting new additions in terms of prizes and stuff that we want to fill you in on.
Yeah, let's go.
So we're going to do that next. So keep it right here on the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Thanks for joining us for Primetime Kitchen, brought to you by our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. Look, guys, when you're dialing in your backyard for those special days, Tools has you covered with the best grills out there, Weber, Traeger, and of course, Big Green Egg. All the accessories you need, all the smoking wood you need, rubs, marinades, everything to make that outdoor experience amazing. Those family experiences are extremely special. Make sure you're doing it right with one of these great grills from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. With 11 locations in Central Florida, chances are you're right around the corner from your next dream grill. Find yours today at toolsacehardware.com.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Ian Cassette with your Central Florida forecast. The summer heat, it continues here today with a high of 95 degrees this afternoon. We'll see a feels-like temperature up to 104 degrees, so stay cool and hydrated. Storm chances will appear by mid-afternoon with a few scattered afternoon showers and storms. Could see some heavier downpours. Rain chances linger into the evening hours before settling overnight. A low of 77 degrees with more heat and storm chances on Saturday. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Ian Cassette.
This report is sponsored by Off.
This is Protection. Yep, Protection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Prevention is the best protection. Off, the #1 dermatologist recommended repellent brand, SC Johnson.
You can experience firsthand the real benefits of battery-powered outdoor landscaping equipment by Steel at your local Tools Ace Hardware. And remember, Steel products are only sold through servicing dealers like Tools Ace Hardware, which means you can't find Steel equipment at the big box stores. Steel battery-powered equipment has long run times and the ability to switch easily between multiple tools like edgers, trimmers, and blowers. Stop by one of Tools Ace Hardware's 10 Steel locations with service and repair centers right inside their stores. It's no secret Steel outdoor power equipment is synonymous with quality and reliability, and now you can get that same great quality and reliability from Steel's brand new outdoor battery-powered tools and equipment. With 12 locations all throughout Central Florida, chances are there's a Tools near you. Find your Tools Ace Hardware and shop online for your brand new Steel battery-powered outdoor tools and equipment at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace Hardware, your local helpful place.
Sometimes the speed of life is too fast, and your budget needs a beat to catch up. Amscot Cash Advance, up to $500 fast with no credit check. Amscot, some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Here's how to avoid a top mistake in divorce. Text messages and social media posts can wind up in front of a judge. Act accordingly. Don't post like a fool. Divorce? Trenley Kramer Law. TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
With Spectrum Mobile and the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Galaxy Z Flip 5, you get faster speeds with Spectrum Speed Boost. Pre-order through Spectrum now and get up to $1,000 off, plus the value of your trade-in and a free storage upgrade. Hurry! Offer ends August 10th. Visit a Spectrum store or SpectrumMobile.com to pre-order the new Samsung Galaxy Z. Visit spectrum.com/policy/mobile-terms for details. Restrictions apply. Spectrum Internet required. Auto pay required.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Did you do it yet? Have you opened the free iHeartRadio app and listened to this station to be entered to win $5,000? Each day you come back to listen on the iHeartRadio app is another entry for $5,000 in cash. It pays to listen on the free iHeartRadio app. Download it today.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Obviously, this is why YouTube was created. Obviously, at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. And yes, Mr. Dan Stone is correct. You can see us on YouTube, and we want to say thank you to everyone who is watching us on YouTube. Hope you guys are having a fabulous Friday afternoon. Got Sam Bowen and Candace Rich running that YouTube chat. Speaking of Candace, we got her coming up at 5 o'clock with Rich Tips, and today she's going to talk about when it actually makes sense to have a credit card that has an annual rate. So she'll talk to us about that.
Yeah, so this is Stevie Wonder's Superstition.
Yeah.
I'm going to call Jack out real fast because I heavy disagreement here. And I understand why it is.
What, a classic?
This song is great. It's timeless.
Right,
I go ahead. I tell him, I go, yo, I'm playing Superstition. Stevie Wonder. He goes, nice. It's not Halloween, but nice. Because Jack won't give much. He's a slippery eel.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
The compliments have to be filled like an eclair. It's, filled with sarcasm, innuendo, and passive aggressiveness.
He's our own Real Radio cannoli, isn't he?
But now I'm thinking, like, is this a Halloween song?
No, it's not, but it can hit a theme. It's not about Halloween, but it's one of those ones when you are looking for Halloween songs, there's certain themes you're trying to tap into, and Superstition works.
Yeah. I guess it's spooky, but this is like a positive spooky superstition.
Well, no doubt about it.
You know what else people are sometimes superstitious about? Card games.
True.
You like that segue?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you like that? Slippery eel, you appreciate that?
People have, like card covers and things you do in a card game that just because you feel you are manipulating the gods of luck.
Yeah. I haven't washed
poker gods.
I haven't washed my shirt in 84 years.
But I wonder, I've noticed that like bingo players seem to be more superstitious than like a poker player. I think probably because a poker player realizes that there's some real skill in the game. Much less to do with luck.
True. It's a combo.
Although our winner of our last Real Radio poker tournament turns out to not be a poker player at all.
I wouldn't say that. Jim says that as a slam. But, credit to John Bustecker. It was 160 people in that tournament.
It was.
And he finished on top.
He finished on top.
You don't get there just by being lucky.
But he himself has said he's not a very good poker player.
Don't listen to him either. that guy does not know what he's talking about. I'm telling you, it takes more than luck. It's a game. Poker's a game about making good decisions.
Yeah,
even
numbers.
if you have bad cards, you can make that work for you.
Right.
But you have to make the right decision against your opponent. Right.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't really so our poker tournament is coming up now. The poker tournament itself is already sold out in record time.
Might have some news about that.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. So here we go.
Oh, good news.
2023 Real Radio Poker Tournament sold out in record time. 2.5 days,
yeah.
Okay? As I mentioned, 160 seats. We have celebs. We have everyone from Real Radio, just about everyone from Real Radio playing cards with you. All proceeds benefit the Mustard Seed of Central Florida. This happens August 19th. At the Orlando Science Center in the Dinosaur Room. We also have a guest pass. We call that the Casino Pass because you can take part in the Home Loans Radio Casino.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Play craps, roulette, blackjack. You can try and win the casino raffle. The regular raffle prizes you can buy tickets for. The silent auction items you can win. And all of those proceeds go to the Mustard Seed of Central Florida.
And there's a lot of great raffle items, silent auction items,
coming
you name
in every
it.
day. Matter of fact, today
Yeah.
I want to thank our friend Thomas because we have a wonderful gift basket from Buca de Beppo, valued at over $100. That will be available. A wonderful gift basket from Chicken Guy with Guy Fieri's tequila in there. That's valued at over $200. That gift basket, and a Planet Hollywood leather jacket and gift card valued at $150. All of those will be in the silent auction. You can bid them. We have theme park tickets. We have a charter fishing trip thanks to Code Black IT. Jim Phillips with a handmade Lakota Sioux ceremonial peace pipe. No lie.
That's such a cool sentence.
Isn't that such a cool sentence?
So I'll pick that up this week. So excited about that.
Isn't there also like Mo DeWitt's gonna like shuttle you around by airplane?
Thank you very much. Our presenting sponsor, Mo DeWitt and justcallmo.com.
Right.
He will, for the winning bidder, fly 2 people around in his plane, 30-minute tour around Orlando.
Imagine asking him to fly over your house.
Yeah, you can do it.
You can do it.
You can do it. And shout out to Mo because as our presenting sponsor, he wanted to donate some seats back. We are, and so we have an auction set up starting Monday through the Mustard Seed. We will post this at realradio.fm/poker. Starting Monday, we will post 1 seat available up for auction. Tuesday, we will add a seat. And each day, Monday through Thursday, we will add 1 seat. That auction will last a week. And the highest bidder at the end will get each one of those 4 seats.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we have 4 seats available, and each day we'll auction one of those off.
And that, again, starts on Monday.
Yeah.
And also, is that where we can find a short poker tutorial? I remember you and Jimmy talking about that because I need to go study up myself.
Yeah, last year we found it, and basically it stemmed from you, Deb.
And I still need to follow it.
Well, Jim talked about, for those who, you always wanted to learn how to play, and we were practicing in the office in prior years, and so we found a video, and we had it up last year, so I put it up again this year. It's a short tutorial video on how to play Texas Hold'em. This is a charity poker tournament, so some players will be very familiar with Texas Hold'em poker. Some people might be playing for the first time. We're there to raise money for the charity. Fund planners who host the poker for us, they're dealers. They do a magnificent job
they do.
Of helping people not as familiar with the game through what their options are, check, raise, or bet, what they can do, maybe fold.
And then we've got delicious food from the Hard Rock Cafe coming out, so
thanks to our friends over there, specifically LT, Lover.
You're the bomb, girl.
They'll be handling our bar. We'll have a couple bars open as well, and food available, or hors d'oeuvres, and then dinner service as well. Well, it'll be a buffet style,
right.
But yeah. We'll have that just like in previous years. This is the 16th year we're doing poker.
This is our Sweet 16, y'all. 4 more seats going up for auction. That auction begins on Monday. And Jack, where do they go again to enter to get ready to do the auction on Monday?
To do that, I'll have the link at the same place where you can now get your casino passes, which I just checked. I think we're almost at a record level for selling those.
Good.
realradio.fm/poker. Proceeds benefit the Mustard Seed of Central Florida. And Deb, if you could just speak about what they do.
Kathy and her crew out at the Mustard Seed are some of the most special people you'll ever work with because it's the only clothing and furniture bank of its kind in the entire state of Florida. So you're really supporting an organization that helps lift people from families, single parents, veterans who've fallen on hard times. Think about the hurricanes, people being flooded out of their homes, losing everything. The Mustard Seed helps you basically go from nothing to everything in just a matter of moments. Sheets, pillows, dishes, silverware, pots and pans, couches, beds, pillows, everything you can need that a family would need to have a home is what the Mustard Seed provides. And you coming out to our poker tournament and our casino pass is helping make those dreams come true over at the Mustard Seed and for families all throughout Central Florida.
And that affiliation with Real Radio started with the 90s with Jim Phillips and the Phillips File.
Yeah.
Raising money for that. We have done a sporting clays tournament for 5 years, and we have had Christmas carols where they were the beneficiary of that, which is now turned into 15 past poker nights with one upcoming on August 19th. We want you to join us, realradio.fm/poker.
Still have your chance to get your casino pass, but don't forget about that auction that starts on Monday. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Candace Rich with her Rich Tip. So keep it here on The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Casino passes are still available for this year's Real Radio Charity Poker Tournament presented by Injured on the Go. Just call Mo. Go to realradio.fm/poker for details.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your weekend is off to a great start on this Friday. And right now, on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a little bit of your usual delay, of course, on I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535. That's from Highway 192. But beside that, eastbound lanes are clear on I-4. The same goes for westbound lanes, east and westbound of the 408 as well. And north and southbound lanes of the Turnpike are incident-free as well as the Greenway. Remember, if you have a report for us, however, dial our Safe Touch Security traffic tip line number, 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Want to save big on custom faux wood blinds, shutters, cellular shades, and more? Shop Blindster today and save up to 50% over comparable blinds from brick and mortar stores. Get custom blinds at low prices and free shipping at Blindster.com.
That mortgage guy, Don, is host of the Home Loans Radio Show, and you can hear that right here on Real Radio 104.1 tomorrow morning, every Saturday morning, actually, at 9:30. Now, give him a listen as he answers questions live on the air, including yours. But don't worry if you're busy tomorrow morning. You can still listen to the past 170-plus informative episodes where that mortgage guy, Don, really explains the mortgage business at thatmortgageguydon.com or wherever you download podcasts, like the free iHeartRadio app. It really is peace of mind at your fingertips, so don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
What do you call Mega Monday? $500 Mega Monday high hands every 20 minutes in the poker rooms at the Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Card Clubs August 7th. Mega Monday means this one-day event will be a great way to kick off your week with $500 every 20 minutes. Monday, August 7th, only at the Daytona Beach Racing and Card Club at I-4 and I-95 and Orange City Racing and Card Club at I-4 exit 111B on Saxon Boulevard.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Get 50% off all jeans. That's 50% off all jeans. Plus, grab kids' uniform polo shirts for just $4. Hurry, it's only this weekend at Old Navy. Valid 8, 5, and 6. Excludes in-store clearance. Select polos only.
Deciding where to bank is no small task. It's a matter of trust, confidence, and benefits. The more the merrier. At Addition Financial Credit Union, we're all about more. More challenges overcome. More financial knowledge gained. More empowering you to reach your long-term financial goals. That's because we're more than just a bank. We're your financial partner, and we'll be with you every step of the way. Count us in at additionfi.com. That's additionfi.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
O'Reilly.
Protect your engine with Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec is designed for today's engines to dissipate heat and reduce friction and wear. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $33.99, plus 2 times O Rewards points. Limits apply. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high? You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA. or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making you miserable. I'm Martin Hogue, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from a verified purchaser and a big Navage fan. Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6-star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Wash your body's air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
On How Rude, Tanneritos, the Full House Rewatch podcast. Join characters Stephanie Tanner and Kimmy Gibbler, also known as actresses Jodie Sweetin and Andrea Barber, as they relive every episode of your favorite Friday night comfort show.
We spent our entire childhoods on a little show called Full House, playing frenemies, but becoming besties whenever the cameras weren't rolling. And now, 35 years later, it's our biggest adventure yet.
Listen to How Rude, Tanneritos on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Morgan & Morgan, dial pound 529 on your cell phone. Pound law, that's all.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. If you don't know what web goals are, consider yourself lucky. If you feel like helping out, go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Happy Friday. Hope you're saying kiss my ass to the office on your way home, getting ready to start your weekend, and then, worry about it on Monday. Jim was speaking of taking some time off. Jim will be back with us on Monday. Got some family in town, but you've got Deb, Jack, and Ross, and every Friday at this time, we talk to the lovely Candace Rich about her rich tips.
Want to get rich? Of course you do. Well, Candace is here to give you a clue. These tips are for entertainment purposes and are not endorsed by the show station or company.
You said rich
That
tips,
should cover our
right?
ass, right? Anyway, it's time for rich tips.
All right, put your hands together for Candace and her rich tips. Yay! It's only after
Thank you.
You got it. How are you and your tips with a P doing today?
Fantastic. All of the above. Everything's great.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What
happened?
What's going on?
Oh, no. I mean, it's just, we've had construction in the house for the last several weeks and it's finally over.
Is it?
So, yes, I'm very happy. They have to come back and put some toe kick in, but there's little noise or mess with that. So we're all good.
That's a good feeling, right? When the project is done, that you can start cleaning up. Your life isn't. Have you had to sleep in other rooms or use other bathrooms? Has it been disruptive like that?
A couple of months ago, when they first started the deconstruction of our original floors, we went to an Airbnb for about 2 weeks.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was not fun. But
And then, is your husband still on the mend from his huge pickleball injury?
yeah, well, when we did the Airbnbs, he was still needing me to chauffeur him everywhere. It was at the most optimal time in life as it could be. So, yeah, that was a while back. But he's back to driving now.
Hey,
Hallelujah.
Time out. Deb, I would like you to refrain from using it as a pejorative, pickleball, because at least someone's
He's
out there
right.
getting exercise.
Ask Candace how much she likes pickleball now.
Oh, my goodness. Every time you talk about the cost of the injuries, I'm like, I'm telling you, I see them. And they have repeat injuries at the office now, and they tell us, we had someone else that came and did the same thing as you.
It turns out it's a thing because pickleball is growing in such popularity. And of course, People normally
people don't stretch.
Exactly. So it's not the game. You're right, Jack.
It's not the game that she doesn't like. It's her husband.
So in this case,
Got it.
it's
Shots
don't hate the
fired,
game,
Ross.
hate the player.
Yes.
Well, let's
Or
keep
it was
you.
his opponent.
Okay, there you go. Let's blame him.
I don't like that guy.
That son of a bitch.
Trying to keep you out of trouble, Candace. What do you have for us today? Actually, I was told that we're going to talk about when it makes sense to have a card that carries an annual rate.
An annual fee.
An
Right.
annual
So
fee. Okay.
Just a fee for the pleasure of having that card. However, those cards usually come with their own perks. And I think that I know that Jack, do you have a card with an annual fee? I'm going to guess no.
I do.
You
do. So even Jack has found a case where it benefits him because the
I'm
cost
not sure it's the right one. But
Really?
my Southwest card.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, and I was going to talk about that. The travel cards are the
Yeah.
ones that are the one they typically have the annual fee as a travel card. And if you travel enough, then it absolutely makes sense. I myself have one of the really high end. It's my one card with an annual fee, but it's a very high annual fee. I have a Delta card because we in Orlando you have the benefit of being able to choose any airline you want. I really had to pick one that goes to where I want to go out of Jacksonville and stuff. So, but mine has a $550 annual fee, which I know that's high.
Whoa.
Yeah. And we pay another $150 for each additional user. And that's much higher than I know your Southwest card is, but there's levels. There's another one that's 250 below that. And then there's one that's 100 below that. However, with this one of the first perks when we signed up was 100,000 bonus miles when we made $3,000 in purchases in 3 months, which you could make $3,000 in purchases in 3 months in your sleep. Most people, if you do everything on it. So it was a great benefit for that. We got those miles right away. And then each year on the anniversary with the card, we get a domestic companion ticket. So I can fly anywhere in the 48 contiguous United States, any class of service. So I can buy a first class ticket and the second person goes for free. That can make up for your fee. If I want to fly
Easily.
to Seattle to take a cruise, that can make up for it in a minute.
Now, Candace, real quick, is there a level of travel that you would have to do in order for that card to really, because like you said, it's so easy. If you use your credit card and you put everything in 3 months on it, chances are you're going to go above that 3,000. So even if you only take like maybe 1 or 2 trips a year, it would still pay for itself.
Absolutely. And so, in 2 trips, we'll use this and use the benefits on this. And the other things we get are like lounge access, which I've talked about before. But,
That is
you can
sweet.
really, that's a meal, anywhere in the airport. Instead, you go to the lounge, eat all their food and have little cocktails while you're waiting.
Mhm.
It makes me get to the airport even earlier, less stress on the trip. Because
When you're in the lounge, because
That's the bomb, dude.
I've always been the people walking past the lounge going, what are they doing in there?
No, it's
No, we
it's
like
cool.
to watch you people. We
we
watch.
We did a Groupon once and it was Candace is not wrong. It really adds something to your trip.
Is it free drinks?
Well,
Yes.
Like because
the call alcohols. If you want like a name brand or top shelf liquor, then you pay a little bit more.
So you guys are getting free drinks, back rubs, and little, cucumber waters
and
up in there?
And it's private. You have tables and chairs, there's flowers.
With chargers, recliners.
Exactly. It's a whole different travel experience. It's worth it.
And just pilots doing rails off the bar. You guys are raging in there. I know it.
Especially in Jacksonville, you know it.
Straight Wolf of Wall Street up in that lounge, I'm telling you, man. They're slapping
changes
ass
your
on
whole
the
trip,
hostess
though, but
and stuff.
For sure. I will get to the airport a couple hours earlier because your drinks are going to be free and gives you, makes the whole flight experience a whole lot better.
There's just a whole bunch of John Hamm madmen up in those lounges.
You might want to avoid it, Ross.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for that lounge.
I don't know if the lounge is ready for you, Ross.
I'm gonna break through that damn little, robotic door that they have.
So what other kind of cards outside of travel cards are worth? Because, that alone makes me want to get.
Each airline has one. Each airline has one. Delta is the only one I think that has the companion certificate, which I think is a fantastic benefit. But United has a high-end card too. Right. And that's the other thing. If you go to these lounges, even if you can't go in, if you go to the airport for business purposes or whatever,
right, Ross?
When you first walk in, a lot of them have the credit card brochures. And in this instance, they have sometimes the better mile offers. So where you might go online and you're looking at the United card and you get 60,000 bonus miles, in the lounge, they might actually have a brochure that gives you 80,000 or 90,000 miles.
Well, how can I get the brochure when they don't let me in?
I was just about to say that.
It's right there it's right there when they tell you how to get in. Oh, well, if you have this credit card, you can apply right here with this brochure.
Yeah, but then
when they're
gonna...
stopping you at the desk, they have the brochures.
They're just still not going to give it to me. This is straight homeless guy trying to apply for a job syndrome. When he looks at the application, it says address, and he's like, "Ooh, I-4." And that is just a cycle that repeats. They won't let me in.
They will let you in, possibly.
Of course they would.
I once asked the landscape dude if he could cut my yard. He said, "You can't afford it." I don't think the Sky Lounge is going to rock out with my drug test failing hair. Like, what is it called? Isn't it called like the Sky Lounge or something? Something?
Delta's is Sky Lounge. I don't know what the other ones are.
Yeah, exactly.
American is the Admiral's Lounge, I think.
Of course.
But that's another good tip, Candace, to see which airline flies most to the destinations you want to go to, because that might help whittle down that list. Because like you said, if every airline has a lounge and most every airline has a credit card, what's really going to matter is where you want to travel to the most. That's going to really end up paying off when you get to use the benefits of the card.
And then so maybe airlines aren't your other thing. The other travel cards to look at are the hotel cards. Marriott has great cards. Hilton, each brand has a different bank they work with, just like the airlines. And I know some of their offers can be a couple free nights each year, and they usually will waive their annual fee for the first year on the lower end cards, and the higher end cards, but they'll give you sometimes 100,000 points for that hotel chain.
Ooh.
These things can all be very beneficial. Also, these travel cards, a lot of the airline cards and hotel cards offer you benefits like TSA pre-check and global entry waiver. So every 3 years, they'll basically pay for you to get TSA pre-check and global entry. That's a $100 value in itself.
God damn.
Text just comes in saying, I got the American Express Platinum, $695 a year. And what goes on to say that it's worth it just for the lounge access.
Oh,
absolutely.
This is now on my bucket list.
It should be, because it's like when you go in October to Mexico, wouldn't it be great
to lounge up?
Jack,
up? What are you doing? You're anti-lounge? You think I'm Frontier Lounge?
Yeah.
I bet you
Frontier has a lounge.
No,
they have a porch.
Yeah, it's just a garage
with an old coffee can for a cigarette for an ashtray. That's what Frontier's thing.
Some old woman asking you want a lemonade?
Hey, real quick, one last thing, Candace, about cards. Yes. Did you see the good news about Apple Card?
No, what?
Oh, I've been sitting on this story all week, but I did not. Exactly.
So nice of you.
I didn't want to do the story because the last time I talked about the Apple Card, I ended up taking the story away from you. So, but yeah, I just saw this week that Apple Card's interest-bearing savings account, which I know, Ross, you have.
Yeah, I got
Jimmy
it.
has as well. Jack, do you have this card?
Oh, yeah, I had it before him.
Okay,
savings.
well.
But he didn't have the savings account before
I did.
You had the Apple credit card.
You don't know that.
We are painfully adorable, Bradshaw.
I know you guys are the cutest couple I've ever seen.
Bradshaw.
How much savings, what number has it reached in deposits?
4.15.
It was.
Oh, the deposits.
Yeah. How much have they reached in deposits in savings account with this Apple Card?
More than the Mega Millions.
This is such a game changer for American savings.
I'll go 15 bill.
All right. 15 bill, Jack. What you going to do?
I was going to go 1 billion.
You're going to go 1. Candace, you want to get on this? What's your guess?
16.
16? It's 10 billion.
Well, Ross gets a
points. Ross
bell.
He's been getting all the bells today, but yeah.
How come he gets so many when he sits there?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
call me Butter.
Wow, how does that happen?
Call me Butter because I'm on a roll, baby. Let's ding.
For those who don't know, the high yield account offered by Goldman Sachs was launched in April. Deposits earn an annual percentage yield, just like Candace said, of 4.15%.
I'm transferring some money. I'm going to drive that up another 15, 20
Ooh,
bucks.
Speaking of that, Candace.
10 billion is amazing.
It is amazing. It is when you consider that Americans' rate of savings has been consistently underperforming since World War II.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
well, that tells you how terrible the local banks and the traditional banks are doing.
Right.
You know, that Apple came out with this and so many people jumped ship.
And it's only been since April, and it's August, and there's already $10 billion in deposits.
I got my high yield interest payment just the other day. I think one of the coolest things about having Apple savings, at least in my experience thus far, is that graph?
Yeah.
There's a graph.
That shows you where you're spending your money.
As if your savings was a stock, and you get to see it literally grow every day if you go with the cash back option to go more of a video game as we're trying to get this graph a little bit higher and never down. And then you get to see all of your hard work when you hit that 6-month or 1 year option of like, hell yeah, look at that line crawling up the last 6 months.
Awesome. Hey, speaking of money and making more money, Candace, do you have any quick stock tips that you can give us? Because I'm always looking to see where you've been putting your money.
Right, I know. I've been mentioning JetBlue for a little while. Well, they've dipped even more, and they are. What did I told Ross right before we came on? It was 6 something they closed at today. A share,
but nonetheless lower.
They closed at a share today, right? And what we can share, Ross mentioned it a few weeks ago, and I mentioned to him too. I still think he was right on to be looking at Disney.
Yeah,
Disney stock is really
good idea.
low. It was it closed at $86.30 a share, and their 52-week low was 84 something a share. So Disney's not going anywhere.
Right, exactly.
So Disney's, and when you have a high stock price like that, maybe you can't buy as many shares, but you're still going to see the exponential growth.
Because it's a good product. Are you still sticking with cruise lines as well?
I am. I mean, Carnival is doing very well. It's not anywhere near the $7 a share it was when I recommended it. It's like $17.16. It closed today.
Oh.
So, but still, I don't think they're going anywhere. May not be the $7 a share buy it once was.
But still. Disney
Right.
and JetBlue, and get those travel cards and hotel cards. Great job,
Yes.
Candace. So many great tips for folks today. We really appreciate it. And now you've actually added something to Ross's bucket list.
Yeah. I'm gonna be
get some lounge.
He's going to be a lounge lizard.
Yeah, an air lounge lizard.
There you go.
Hey, Captain.
Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you again next Friday. Everyone, put your hands together for Candace Rich.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend. Tell your hubby we said hi, and we'll see you next Friday.
Thanks.
You got it. See ya. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more on The Jim Colbert Show. So keep it on Real Radio 104.1.
Real Radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends, this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your weekend is off to a great start on this Friday. And right now, on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a little bit of your usual delay, of course, on I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535. That's from Highway 192. But beside that, eastbound lanes are clear on I-4. The same goes for westbound lanes, east and westbound of the 408 as well. And north and southbound lanes of the Turnpike are incident-free as well as the Greenway. Remember, if you have a report for us, however, dial our Safe Touch Security traffic tip line number, 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Fall into autumn hiring with Indeed. Their all-in-one solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Oh, the Jim Colbert Show question of the day going up right after this, all about credit cards. It's brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Ha! They're not the banks. They are a mortgage lender, direct mortgage lender. That is Brad Siebert and his crew at WeAreNotTheBanks.com. This is what they do. They get mortgages, whether you want to refinance where you live or you want to buy that next home, your new home. Is this the year you find your dream home? You have to secure a mortgage, and you can do that online at WeAreNotTheBanks.com. That's where you get started. Matter of fact, that is the same website where I got started about 8 years ago when I did my refi for my home. It was fast, easy. Brad let me know everything I needed every step of the way, got a great rate, and it put me in a great position today. Brad is great and can work with you, works with all types of buyers and all types of loans. That's what they do at WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Mortgages. They're not the banks. They're better than the banks. This is your place for mortgages. Just go to WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Get started. NMLS ID number 66247. Equal housing opportunity.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware. Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
And starting Monday, you could win your way there.
Plus $1,000 spending cash.
Yeah. Immerse yourself in virtual reality with Kokomo, the new app from Canon. Connect with friends and family live in photorealistic environments. It's like being together even if you're miles apart. Search Kokomo by Canon to download now from the MetaQuest Store, Apple App Store, or Google Play.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Check it out. You lifted your car? Yep. Refinanced my auto loan with Navy Federal Credit Union. Put the money I saved towards an 18-inch lift kit. Pretty sweet, huh? It's a minivan. Well, now it's a mega van.
Dad, I can't get down.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we're here to help our members save toward their goals. Whatever they may be. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Man, here we go with rebathmidfla.com. That is where you get the bathroom of your dreams. And if you do have one of those bathrooms in your home, and it doesn't matter which one, it could be the master bath, it could be the guest bath. But if it's that guest bathroom, you know what happens, man. It makes it so embarrassing to have friends or family over for special events. I know everybody's graduating right now, but in the fall, Thanksgiving will be here. And all those events, you got to go to your brothers, maybe your moms, because your bathroom is so embarrassing. You just don't want to have anybody over. But that can change. Rebath in Mid-Florida can do that for you, man. And they can do it for you with incredible products. Natural stone like travertine and marble, all those beautiful colors, that's available. All those trendy things you see on television and in the magazines, they can do it. Daryl Payne just showed me the 2 bathrooms he got from Rebath. Amazing stuff. They control the entire job. They're employees. They do it in 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And the products you can even see beforehand. Just visit the showroom, 436 up in Altamont. They're right across from Kobe. Very easy to find. You can take their design team, your ideas, their products, and next thing you know, you have a beautiful bathroom. When they install it, you're all set. This happens every day with these guys. Log on today. Look at the before and afters, and then book your appointment. Your new bathroom is right there in Altamont at rebathmidfla.com.
Just call Mo. Just call Mo. Just call Mo. Just call Mo. Injured on the go. Just call Mo.
Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando. Sung by non-attorney spokesperson.
Attention business owners. Was your company impacted during COVID? If you had W-2 employees during 2020 and 2021, you may be entitled for up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Credit Program. This is not a loan. The IRS paid back billions already. We've helped thousands of businesses just like yours. So let us help you. At ERC Business Solutions, we make it simple. We do it all for you, so you won't have to worry about the complex application process. There's absolutely no risk. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. Most businesses do qualify, even those with no decline in revenues or those that already got PPP. Discover how much you can claim. There's no cost or obligation. Call now. 800-375-1175. That's 800-375-1175. Get up to $26,000 per employee. Call 800-375-1175. 800-375-1175.
Florida home insurance options are thinning faster than your father-in-law's hairline. So before you end up with less coverage than his bald spot, check out Open House Home Insurance, an online-first home insurance solution that is here to stay. With an insurance group that has been serving Floridians for over 25 years, Open House saves you money without sacrificing coverage. Get a quote in seconds at openhouseinsurance.com. Administered by Frontline Insurance Managers Incorporated and underwritten by First Protective Insurance Company. See openhouseinsurance.com for details. This advertisement does not constitute a binding offer or guarantee of coverage.
Steve Kramer here with the divorce tip. Inheritance isn't a marital asset unless you handle the money wrong or your divorce wrong. Then you can lose it to your ex. Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law. We do divorce. One firm for life.com.
The podcast Journalista tells the improbable life story of Courtney Cookie Hood. Follow Cookie's adventures from working for CBS News in Managua during the Nicaraguan Civil War to blowing the lid off the Iran-Contra scandal and almost taking down the Reagan presidency.
They're assuming that I know what I'm doing, that I'm a journalist. I wasn't. I was being thrown into the Coliseum to the lions. I had not a clue.
Listen to Journalista on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Repping with his backward baseball cap. Yeah, looking like a baseball player over there, Jack. Ross has got his backward too, but he's just rocking that surfer vibe.
Doesn't she have a knack of just being like, oh, I am a little boy?
What about you?
Oh, no, about both of us on
Oh,
that
yeah.
instance of going like, it's just a backwards hat. You know, like that's how moms treat their 3-year-olds of like, look. He's wearing
Isn't he cute?
He's wearing a backwards hat. And you're like, dude, just a hat.
Yeah, but it's never just a hat with Jack because, as always, the man's always repping 104.1.
Yeah, 99% of my hat choices are this hat.
Oh, really? Any Yankee hats?
I have a bunch of Yankee hats.
I was going to say, yeah.
But years ago, when I got this hat specifically, I just it fits. It's a fitted hat, but it fits perfectly, and I'm
Right.
like, well, why do I wear any other hat? Yeah, I'm not getting paid by the Yankees.
Yeah.
Valid.
No, they could afford it. Yeah, valid point.
Every time I put on a hat now, I think about how amazing my wife is. I'm not trying to be all gushy-mushy, but one of the first things that she did about a month into our relationship, and she continues to do this, and it makes me so happy, is she washes my hat, and there's a lot of, like, what a great example of, like, oh, yeah, I need a wife. 'Cause I forgot that was an option.
On the other side of that, I've been wearing this hat minimum 13 years. Never washed it.
Ross, sniff it.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Ross.
But the other thing I brought up on the air just the other day, this is the weirdest thing that happened to me.
Really?
We were talking about August 1st when it became illegal to sell incandescent light bulbs.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that I had a CFL bulb, that spiral fluorescent bulb.
That had been in there since
over my sink.
1999?
No, 2005 when we did my
Okay.
my kitchen renovation.
Don't.
So 18 years on this bulb. That day, I go home from work, turn it on, it starts flickering and burns out.
No way.
The day
you
actually
bragged about it.
mentioned,
You jinxed it.
See?
I had not mentioned that to anybody prior to that. I said it on the air on Tuesday. I'm like, this bulb has lasted 18 years. I went home, turned it on, it flickered on and off, and then went out.
Oh.
I could not. The coincidence there was really weird.
Yeah.
You know, God works in mysterious ways. I don't know what he's trying to tell you.
Change that bulb.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't last as long as you thought.
18 years. That's a good run.
That's a great run. That bulb owes you nothing.
It could have voted.
It literally could have voted.
Yeah.
No drinking, but it could have voted.
My daughter was 1 when I put that bulb in.
Look at that.
Oh my God! Think about that. That
Same
bulb.
size as the bulb.
Oh.
She was so tiny.
She was.
Preemie.
Like 3 pounds.
But
Yeah.
Really?
She was preemie. Yeah.
Wow. That is okay.
Wow.
I know.
You said
that
3 pounds?
bulb's
My daughter was 1. That bulb was in there the whole time.
watched her grow up.
I have smoked more than 3 pounds in this last year. That is awesome.
I know that she's made it this
Yeah.
far. And
It is a burnt out bulb. Now I feel oddly emotional about it.
did you keep it or did you already throw
I
it
haven't
away?
even touched it. No, it's,
Think about all the graduations, all the Christmases that
Everything.
that illuminated.
Everything.
All the-
Everything.
all the-
Everything the
wait.
last 18 years that happened in your house, that bulb was a part of.
Great point. I have to get rid of it.
Why?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's also seen all the bad parts.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
All the
Yeah.
hugs and the drugs.
Yeah. Knows where the bodies are.
Oh, you definitely need to get rid of that one. Then. Real quick, want to update you on a national story. Thank you for sending me that alert, Jack. Thankfully, things kind of seem to be calming down. This is taking place in New York's Union Square. A social media influencer decided to do a giveaway.
Nothing bad ever happens after you
No.
hear an intro like that.
And of course, when you're a social media influencer who knows you have several thousand followers, you definitely want to don't do your responsible and due diligent thing and, maybe let the cops know. But the Twitch streamer drew thousands of people to the area after announcing an impromptu giveaway for 300 PlayStation video game consoles. Several police units are on the scene, but the crowd appears to be growing.
What Twitch streamer? Do we know?
I'm trying to
What
find his
influencer?
name.
But they're talking thousands of people showed up.
Kai Cenat.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah. So there's
So he's
thousands.
really giving them away, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, and he live streamed his entrance to the park where he is swarmed by thousands of people. They're spilling out all onto the streets in Union Square. So basically a traffic stop in that area.
So
he was arrested.
Why?
YouTuber Kai Cenat arrested after sparking Union Square
melee. He's got, all that chaos.
Thousands of teens fight, clash with cops.
What's the charge?
Jump on cars after promising free PS5s on social media platforms.
So I know
inciting a riot.
But he didn't. He incited the desire for them to be there.
Oh, you sound like you are defending Donald Trump. And January 6th. You should know that.
I'm just saying.
It wasn't him.
Hey, but real quick.
He wasn't even there.
So back to the whole social media thing, right? Like, this was really...
Right? A little too on the money right there, Jack?
He's asking the Supreme Court to intervene.
Who?
Trump.
Oh, I thought you meant the guy giving away the Xbox.
No, not yet.
I'm sure he's asking the same thing. He's trying to...
PlayStations or Xboxes?
PlayStations, 300 of them.
God, man, us Xbox guys, tough gig, right? No one likes us anymore.
Should we switch?
Nah, I can't switch. I just bought the new one.
Hey, speaking of social media, you guys know the HDTV stars. Jimmy's talked about them before behind the show Hometown, where they go into like hometowns and buy up old houses and part of that, Zoom communities, remote communities where people can remote work.
Right.
Well, they've just started a new nonprofit, and it's called Osprey, and it aims to help parents who want their kids to have a childhood without social media. So it's a new nonprofit where they have a website right now. I'm not really sure. They're trying to build up support for parents who want their kids to stay off social media. And that's part of the reason, like Orange County Public Schools, do you know why they don't want kids to even have their phones at lunch?
What? So what's the reason?
To facilitate in-person communication, because kids have forgotten what it means to sit down and just talk with each other because everyone's on their phone.
That's a great point, because that would be the time where you would get that free 30, 40 minutes to interact.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
and if you had a phone and they didn't have it for the whole day, it would be nonstop. They would be on their phone.
How freaky would that be for anyone who grew up in a high school, cafeteria where it's loud AF when it's lunchtime? Can you imagine how eerie it would be to have a full cafeteria and not a sound?
Yeah, when only the kids with good interpersonal skills are the poor ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're all sitting at one table.
Yeah.
And
So
everybody else is on their phones.
So now the kid with the flip phone in 8th grade is like, just macking on all the girls. He goes up senior year. The one poor kid got laid every weekend just because he learned how to speak.
I mean, can you imagine?
All the jocks are, they're wealthy now. They only speak in emojis. That doesn't work spitting game, at homecoming.
I love this Orange County school rules of no phones, banning cell phones.
I do too. And
I love it so much that I'm kind of bummed that it took this long. I think that they should be able to have a phone before and after school. They can still keep the phone, but that is the coldest of takes for schools to enforce this new rule. So this shouldn't even be news, because it should never have gotten that bad to begin with.
I think you have people who deal with something can recognize a problem, but for something like that to take hold and to have support, you need the public to understand it and be supportive of it. And I think at first, teachers and administrators could have told you from the jump that this is a problem. This is interfering with our schooling. However, it needed to trickle down, and you needed to do it. similar to the whole UFO situation. More on that in a moment. But it took the public time to recognize the fact that the reports about the manipulation of the social media companies, how they suppress that data.
Oh, girls and boys' self-esteem and body image and everything.
All the data coming out to support to support how harmful it is.
Right.
The rising anxiety, depression, and stress levels of our youth. And it's all linking together. And when people start connecting their dots, they realize, yes, it's more important they do not have this than my child be able to text me that they forgot something or they want me to call them out of school early, or the excuse that what if there's a school shooting? I want my child to be able to contact me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the rules go out the window in that instance. They're taking the phone out.
Yeah.
But, it's interesting. And again, I go back to the Hidden Brain podcast that Jack had us listen to for this past Tuesday's What'd You Do That's New, because it seemed like for the first time there was literally a biochemical reason why parents should be able to say, no, you cannot have a cell phone before you've graduated, because of this whole overloading the brain. And when the brain gets that dopamine hit, needs another dopamine hit, and then you don't get it, then you see the higher levels of depression and anxiety. And this is in adults, who aren't dealing with maybe bullying on social media, when they go to school. I mean, again, I was bullied, and I only had to deal with bullying at school and on the phone.
Yeah.
I never had to follow me 24/7.
Could you imagine that level of stress?
I wouldn't have survived it, Jack.
Yeah.
I barely survived bullying as it was.
Yeah.
There's nothing like having kids call you on summer break and say, you should just kill yourself. So imagine looking at your phone, and that's the message 24/7. So interested participants, if you're a parent out there and you've got a kid who's begging for a cell phone and you're trying your hardest, but everyone is, and Jack, from your perspective, it'd be real interesting because as a parent, how hard is it to stay away from that pressure of other parents are doing it? I know in some cases, like when it's obviously dangerous, it's obviously easy. But when it's something that you can see both a pro and a con, how do you hold firm knowing that your choice is really the best choice for your kid, even though they're going to hate it?
Here's the bigger issue is when you are trying to prevent your child from being addicted to that device when the parent themselves are addicted.
Oh, see?
We are.
We talk about it all the time when you see families at restaurants and everybody, all four people are on their phones.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking. We're all guilty of it.
Yeah. It's moderation. You just have to, and it's across the board. And for the longest time, I know it's cliche at this point. They say, it's all about moderation, everything in moderation.
It's about balance.
But that balance and that moderation is specifically that podcast we talked about, Hidden Brain, that we watched this past Tuesday or listened to, is about how that balance is what your body and brain is designed for.
Right.
That homeostasis, that equilibrium. And when you go too far in one way, it counteracts. And when you are pushing down on the dopamine and the pleasure centers, the body is trying to limit that and so will counteract that. And you find more and more depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
So if you don't control it, your body will.
And I've noticed that since we've listened to that, and again, you can get the complete list at JimColbertLive.com where the What'd You Do That's New master list is kept. I myself have started paying attention to, I'm feeling stressed. Maybe I won't pick up my phone and play that game right now.
Yeah.
Let me just take 5 minutes and just kind of chill out in another way. And it was because that podcast that made me go, man, I'm turning to my phone too many times when I'm feeling stressed for that to relieve it. And that's not probably the healthiest thing.
Have you listened to part 2 yet?
I haven't, but thank you for reminding me that there's part 2.
I would recommend that, if you don't mind using your phone for it.
Yeah, irony, right?
I know, irony.
The thing that, wondering if you guys have ever done this, right? I'll be on my phone, all of a sudden 5 minutes, 10 minutes will be like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how many minutes have gone by, but then all of a sudden I'll just grab it and go, and I'll throw it. I'll legit throw my phone like, somewhere because I'm like, I got to get out of this internet K-hole.
Right.
It's internet ketamine where you're like scroll.
Seriously.
And then there are times that I literally will chuck my phone and be like, I got to do something. Put on a TV show. Give me something that's not 40 seconds long. Anything.
I do. I'll set it down. Haven't chucked it. Real quick, if you
because we're adults, Deb.
No, because I'm like, oh, that phone costs a lot of money.
Exactly.
Well, my phone is on its way out. It's not a new phone.
Well, there you go. There
is an argument there.
Real quick, interested participants sign up for free on Osprey's website, which will then prompt an intro email welcoming the user and inviting them to download the Osprey guidebook, which includes information about adolescent brain development, the steps to building your nest, and a pledge to sign. So again, that's Osprey. That's from the hometown stars from HDTV. But we're about ready to have some fun, y'all. It's trivia time. Woo! So load up the phones, 407-916-1041. We're going to do that next. So keep it here on the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Preseason football can be tough to watch, but last night's Hall of Fame game could feature multiple impact players this season. Look at Danny Woodhead, cut by the Jets, went on to play an important role in the Patriots Super Bowl run in 2011. James Harrison had a similar career arc, cut 4 times before he made 2 All-Pro teams with the Steelers. It's impossible to say if any player from last night will have anywhere near that kind of impact. I'm Dan Patrick. The utterly inspired all-electric EQE sedan from Mercedes-Benz. With hundreds of customizable comfort settings inside the cabin, it's the EV that recharges you. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQE.
You can experience firsthand the real benefits of battery-powered outdoor landscaping equipment by Steel at your local Tools Ace Hardware. And remember, Steel products are only sold through servicing dealers like Tools Ace Hardware, which means you can't find Steel equipment at the big box stores. Steel battery-powered equipment has long run times and the ability to switch easily between multiple tools like edgers, trimmers, and blowers. Stop by one of Tools Ace Hardware's 10 Steel locations with service and repair centers right inside their stores. It's no secret Steel outdoor power equipment is synonymous with quality and reliability, and now you can get that same great quality and reliability from Steel's brand new outdoor battery-powered tools and equipment. With 12 locations all throughout Central Florida, chances are there's a Tools near you. Find your Tools Ace Hardware and shop online for your brand new Steel battery-powered outdoor tools and equipment at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace Hardware, your local helpful place.
At Wells Fargo, if you accidentally overdraw your account, we give you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with an extra day?
Sunday night and I have the Sunday scaries.
Honey, don't be scared. Every weekend comes with an extra day now.
All right. TGI Sunday.
It helps to have an extra day. When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getextra to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to timing requirements and the bank's funds availability policy. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
I'm Rebecca. I was injured in a car accident and hired one of the big TV law firms. They sent me to an injury clinic that I felt just wanted to make money off me. I needed an attorney and doctors who cared about me. I called attorney Glenn Klausman and he helped me get the best doctors who really helped me. I was extremely pleased with my settlement. He also got me $10,000 for vet bills for my dog that was injured in the accident, and he did that for free. Call attorney Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. Glenn Klausman, office, Winter Park.
Hi, welcome to IKEA. Talk.
Talk? What's talk?
That's thank you in Swedish. We're saying talk to our loyal IKEA family members with lots of discounts and new lower prices on your favorite items, from the kitchen to the bathroom.
Wow, talk.
No, talk to you. Visit IKEA-USA.com/family-offers to check out our offers available to you. Offers valid 8/2 to 8/20. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
If you're a pro painter, do you know how much you're paying per gallon for paint? Paint stores try to convince you that you're getting a good deal with deep discounts. But what they don't tell you is their starting price is too high to begin with. If you buy paint from the Home Depot, you're getting the lowest price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Plus, pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
Every day is good with the new Dunkin' Chorizo and Egg Wrap, made with chorizo, scrambled eggs, and cheese. Or the Chicken and Roasted Pepper Wrap, made with chicken, roasted peppers, and cheese. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
It's happening now. International Diamond Center's spectacular Summer of Savings event, giving you a break from inflation and rising interest rates. Now for a limited time, you get IDC's incredible value price plus 3 years, 0 interest financing. And IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, colored gemstones, even GIA certified. Buy now and spread your payments over 36 months with 0% interest. How about a $3,000 pair of diamond stud earrings or anniversary band? Your payment is just $84 a month and will even cover your first 2 payments completely. Or how about some rollback pricing on wedding bands at IDC? Now through August, you can take 20% off any wedding band. That's price deflation. International Diamond Center's Summer of Savings event. Your refuge from rising prices. Special discounts and 3 years, 0 interest financing. Now for a limited time. Only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit, some product restrictions apply. See store for details.
At Consumer Cellular, you get the same exact coverage as the largest carriers for up to half the cost. Same thing, up to half the cost. Less money for the exact same thing. Hope this is clear enough. Consumer Cellular, when freedom calls, they're here to answer. Switch today and get a second month of service for free. Go to consumercellular.com/free month and enter promo code FREEMONTH. Half the cost savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 5 GB data plan and unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon May 2023. Promotion subject to terms and conditions.
Are you offended yet? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Jim will be back with us on Monday, just taking a day off to spend time with some family. You've got Deb, you've got Ross, you've got Whoop Whoop.
That's Jack, I
That's
guess?
Jack.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Everyone knows who you are, Jack.
Yeah, whoop, whoop.
And they know you're Whoop Whoop as well. Speaking of Real Radio, real quick, I just want to let you guys know that, for a few more days, like another week or so, you can still win up to $5,000 if you're listening to us on the free iHeartRadio app. So even though the keyword contest is over, this is still a chance to win $5,000, and you don't have to do anything more than just download the darn thing. That's it. And if you want to leave us a talkback, you do that as well after you download that Real Radio app. We always love your talkbacks, your texts, your phone calls, and right now we're about to play some trivia, and we're going to take a little peek inside Ross's sauce jar.
Ew! All aboard!
Chugga, chugga.
Choo choo!
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
It's like a weird train
It
seance. we're trying to revive Thomas the Train or something there. I have a beautiful pair of tickets to the Orlando Science Center!
Yay!
And that is your sauce jar.
Which is always brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. Do you have a move coming up? Call them. They can handle it. Local, long distance, residential, or commercial. Just make sure you mention the Jim Colbert Show because that's what's going to get you a discount. So easy to book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO.moving.com. Ross, my man, who goes first?
Let's welcome Heather on line 1.
Oh, Heather. How are you, Heather?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Fat and sassy. You want to play a little game?
I sure do.
All right, let's do it.
Game show.
Don't know how this is going to go, Heather, because Jimmy did write it, but here we go. You know how we do this. We're going to make a statement followed by 4 facts. One of those facts is a lie.
Stinky lie.
Find that lie, and you get to go play in Ross's sauce jar. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Listen closely. On this day back in 1955, actor, writer, director, producer, musician. He's unique and mysterious. Little weird.
A little weird. Christopher Walken.
Weird Al.
He loves French fried taters. No, he loves French fried taters. He's not the Santa you want to see.
Billy Bob Thornton.
There you go. Billy Bob Thornton was born. So here are 3 fun facts about Billy Bob, Heather, and 1 sling blade of a lie. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Number 1, his daughter Amanda was sentenced to 20 years in prison for manslaughter.
Yeah, bad parenting.
Number 2, his mother was a psychic. Number 3, for 2 semesters, he was head of the debate team at Henderson State College in Arkansas.
I'm really good at debating.
Or number 4, he has tattoos of 2 professional sports franchises, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Minnesota Vikings.
I regret one.
Which one is the lie?
I'm not going to lie. I don't know much about this gentleman, but I'm going to have to guess number 1.
Number 1 is a fact, unfortunately, Heather. So, yeah, no, thanks for calling and playing. We really appreciate it. That's a disturbing fact, isn't it? About Billy Bob. Who's next, Jack?
That would be Alex on line 2.
Alex.
Yeah, let's welcome Alex.
Alex, how you doing?
We're good. It's Friday.
Yeah, it is Friday. All right, let's see if you can find the lie today and go play in Ross's sauce jar. Kick your weekend off right. Number 1.
Oh, yeah.
His mother was a psychic. Number 2, for 2 semesters, he was head of the debate team at Henderson State College in Arkansas. Or number 3, he has tattoos of 2 professional sports franchises, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Minnesota Vikings.
Let's go number 2.
Number 2 is the answer, Alex. You are the winner. Hey!
Sorry, Brian and Owen.
Oh, sorry, Brian and Owen and Heather. We appreciate you guys calling. Yeah, apparently he was not the head of the debate team at Henderson State College in Arkansas, but his daughter Amanda was indeed sentenced to 20 years in prison for manslaughter. Ay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
All right, here's a couple of other few fun facts about Billy Bob Thornton before we find out what Ross has cooking for us in this for Ross Thoughts. Yeah, you can put Alex.
Yeah, that guy was on air the entire time.
Yeah, but he was a good man because he was quiet. He knew not to swear.
Really trusted that guy.
Yeah, you really did. We all did.
Let him chill. I'm going to put him back on and just thank him. Hey, I just want to say thank you for not cursing. You were just on air for like 3 minutes there. Sorry about that.
You're good. You're good. I got you guys.
Thank you, Alex. We appreciate it.
Talk to you soon.
Okay, yeah.
Talk to you soon.
All right, Billy Bob has a fear of antique furniture.
That's stupid.
He claims to be, oh no. Oh no.
Scientologist or something?
No, a brony.
A brony? A jabroni?
No, not a jabroni, just a brony.
It sounds like...
Do you know what that is?
No, it sounds like all bronies, though, are jabronis.
Well, it could be. It's a fan of My Little Pony.
Yeah. He is a jabroni.
He does have tattoos of 2 professional sports franchises, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Minnesota Vikings. He is a talented musician.
Yeah.
That's able to play guitar, drums, banjo, piano, and harmonica. And he also owns a cattle ranch in Central Texas.
How big was Sling Blade?
Oh.
Like, did it rip? Did it pick up awards?
I think so. I've never seen it.
I haven't either.
So I saw it in a green room at my previous job, which means I only saw half of the movie.
Oh, wow. I think it was, I remember it being like one of those most talked about movies at the time when it came. How long has it been since that movie came out? Quick.
10, 15 years?
At least. So while we're looking that up.
96.
96. Dang.
Oh, wow.
96.
Wow. A lot longer than. See, time just.
It cruises.
It cruises so fast. Speaking of that, Ross, what you got cooking for us in Ross Thoughts?
So you guys are humans. This happens to you. You have terms that come into your life and also then leave your life. Little sayings.
Yeah.
Like I haven't said the word dank in a long time.
Wow.
Used to be one of my go-to words. I still like it. I have nothing against the word dank. But when those terms leave, new terms have to come in. And man, there is this one term that I'm trying to bring back. It's already there. It's been around for over 100 years.
100 years?
It's an old school term that's kind of got a little trendy, and I'm on top of it, and I'm trying to get as many people to use
fiddlesticks
this term after the break, I'll tell you.
Oh, we'll do that next. Ross Thoughts, so keep it right here on the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Love us while you got us. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your weekend is off to a great start on this Friday. And right now, on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a little bit of your usual delay, of course, on I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535. That's from Highway 192. But beside that, eastbound lanes are clear on I-4. The same goes for westbound lanes, east and westbound of the 408 as well. And north and southbound lanes of the Turnpike are incident-free as well as the Greenway. Remember, if you have a report for us, however, dial our Safe Touch Security traffic tip line number, 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earned doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier Factory Authorized Dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts' new Brake Best Select Pro brand raises the bar for the best aftermarket domestic brake pads and rotors available. For vehicle-specific friction formulations, Quiet-Tech noise-canceling shims, and stainless steel hardware, choose Brake Best Select Pro. Professional-grade brakes from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Deals on the McD app are kind of like cool breezes on a hot summer day. You don't know when they're coming, but when they hit, there's nothing quite like them. Save time and get back to summer fun when you order ahead on the app. Pick up a juicy, tender McCrispy, golden fries, and a refreshing Dr. Pepper. It's 30% off your entire order when you spend $5 using mobile order and pay on the McD app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 6/1/23 through 12/31/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Dr. Pepper is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up, Inc.
A meal at McDonald's brings my family closer together. And now that same meal helps bring other families closer together. When we order a family bundle deal that has 40 crispy chicken McNuggets and 2 large fries, McDonald's donates 50 cents to local Florida Ronald McDonald House Charities chapters, providing a home away from home so families can stay close to their child during medical care. We can also round up our order and the extra will get donated. Food, family, and helping others? What could be better? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
What do you call Mega Monday? $500 Mega Monday high hands every 20 minutes in the poker rooms at the Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Card Clubs August 7th. Mega Monday means this one-day event will be a great way to kick off your week with $500 every 20 minutes. Monday, August 7th, only at the Daytona Beach Racing and Card Club at I-4 and I-95 and Orange City Racing and Card Club at I-4 exit 111B on Saxon Boulevard.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Get ready to save with Spectrum One. You get Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds for $49.99 a month. free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security, and a free Spectrum mobile line with unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Go to spectrum.com/save more and use the Spectrum One Savings Calculator to see how much you can save today. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Applebee's daily deals for $9.99 and under. There's a deal every day for everyone. Just $9.99 and under. That's all day, every day. Get into your local Applebee's now. Daily deals are dine-in only in limited locations listed on nrpneighborhood.com. Limited time only while supplies last. Participation varies.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Get 50% off all jeans. That's 50% off all jeans. Plus, grab kids' uniform polo shirts for just $4. Hurry, it's only this weekend at Old Navy. Valid 8, 5, and 6. Excludes in-store clearance. Select polos only.
When it comes to $1 small Slurpee drinks at 7-Eleven, no one's doing it like you. You're inventing new flavor combos, throwing caution to the wind. You're a frozen fizz whiz, a pina colada prodigy. You mix cherry and blue raspberry like a pro. Only you know the perfect ratio. Just when they think you're done, you add a splash of summertime citrus, just because you can. And because your small Slurpee drink masterpiece is just $1 at 7-Eleven. Slurpee, anything flows. Expires 12/31/2023 plus tax. Visit store for details.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Millions of Floridians do the math, and millions of Floridians choose Amscot Cash Advance because it makes sense. Up to $500 fast with no credit check. Get started at amscot.com. Amscot. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Amscot.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Thank you so much for spending part of your Friday with us. We hope it was a great day at the office. You've kicked the office door closed, well on your way home and getting ready to get your weekend started. The Jim part of the Jim Colbert Show will be back on Monday, just spending some time with family. You've got Deb, you've got Jack, and it's time for us to get some Ross thoughts.
It's weird. It's funny.
We'll find out.
Sometimes.
Together.
It's Ross. Spelled like sauce.
Like an awkward Thanksgiving.
It's Ross Thoughts.
Ross Thoughts is brought to you by, right? Everybody's had that uncle of like, I'm going to say this joke and it's going to kill. Uh-oh, I'm not part of the fam.
And that's coming up close too, man.
Right. Ross Thoughts is brought to you by Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company. You're a good person. You deserve good beer.
Yeah.
Make it so. Make it happen.
It's Friday. Get you some Persimmon Hollow.
I love slang. I love slang. I love words. Words are cool. I'm not even that good at them. I recognize it. I beat you to the punch texting service. But there's Jim. He has the $5 words. You know, he'll say he's good for a good SAT word.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. True.
He'll drop like plethora every now and then. I'm like, I get it. Cool. But big word, a lot of syllables. Means a lot. You know, a lot is less syllables than plethora.
Yeah, that one you use, that Portman one. What's that called? Portman, not Catmandu, not Portmandu, it's Portman.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
I thought all I had to do, I knew I didn't know, so I figured all I had to do was start it and Deb was going to finish. I'm a little shocked.
Oh, yeah. You didn't remember that?
I am a little
See, look at
shocked.
that. We're not $5 word people. In fact, we're all kind of slang.
I use Sousson.
Yeah, Sousson. But I don't do, honest question. Hate to do this to you on air.
Sure.
What is it? I don't know what a Sousson is.
Like a dollop, like a little something.
A little something, a little bang.
A little something.
All right,
It's a Sousson.
A Sousson.
So it's portmanteau.
Portmanteau. What the hell is that?
A word blending the sounds and combining the meaning of two others. For example, motel, from motor and hotel, you get motel.
That's a portmanteau.
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 See, we're not very good at the $5 words.
Yeah.
All right.
But
sounds like a dish at China King.
But Jim used it, and he used it correctly. but he used it like twice, 2 weeks in a row. I'm like, where?
You know what?
I think it's crossword puzzle.
It's a crossword puzzle.
That has to be it.
That's where he learned it, and he just figured out a way to move it into the conversation. Trust me, Ross, he didn't know it before any one of us. Well, yeah, he did.
Yeah, well, I mean, he knew it before us, but it's because...
We just learned it, Dad.
I knew it.
I gave you the first 4 letters. You didn't pick up on it.
Because it sounds like a dish.
So plethora is this in this.
Would you like some rare portmanteau?
Yeah, plethora is a really weird word because I don't know about you guys. But
I use that
when
I do
my
a lot.
SAT training, they belted that word into all of our brains.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah, a lot. Like
excessive.
Excessive. Yeah, a whole bunch. And I remember
whole bunch
being told like, all right, this is the word I have to know. And then there was my turn. It was my time to like share what I wrote to the class for my SAT prep class.
Oh yeah.
And I called it plethora. I said plethora, and there's nothing worse.
Yeah, sure there is.
Than saying a $5 word wrong.
You know the word cacophony?
Yeah. You got bit by that one.
I called it cacophony.
Yeah, that's great. That is fantastic. That's world class. But this isn't about the one $5 word that I'm a huge fan of, obsequious.
Yes, that's a very good word.
That's a sexy $5 word.
Remind us again what it means.
Like painfully servient.
Oh, remind me what that means.
Yeah, imagine, I always use this as the example for obsequious, is when a server just keeps asking you, how is everything? Is everything good? He leaves, he comes back 40
like every
seconds
third
later.
bite, yeah.
No, is everything good? Please
Yeah.
tell me it's good. It's good, right? They care. It's just like, all right, dude, I understand your heart's in the right place here.
Right.
But haven't even tried my drink. It's just a little too aggressive. That would be obsequious.
Excellent example, Rob.
But I think about the new terms that's the coolest thing about us communicating as the species that we are, is that we pick up new terms and then we throw away old ones. I'm a big fan of, like, what is your go-to term of getting drunk? Or getting I almost
Slizzard.
said slizzard. You can get slizzard, Jack.
You just taught me that one recently.
Yeah.
Buzzed.
What? I don't know. I don't need 12 different ways to say something I rarely do.
You throw up drinking, get buzzed. That's the term you're going to use?
No,
Do you hear that shade? Do you hear that shade?
Yeah,
Jack?
I know. He's judgy.
He's judging it.
It's because I think we had a miscommunication.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's not if you throw up off of 12 beers, not saying that you do.
No, you said drunk. What's another word that you would use for drunk?
Yeah. You say buzz. I thought buzz. I think buzz is light drunk.
No, buzz
It
is
is drunk.
pre-gaming. Drunk.
Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Yes.
I've seen the signs.
Yes. That is correct. But none of us are the law. So
speak for yourself.
So we can agree that buzz is right before drunk. You would I go with faded, banged up,
there you go.
Twisted.
Yeah, you get a bunch of creative different ways to justify and make your little drug-induced ways sound cute.
Get loose. You know?
All right, Dad Shaw.
I also like, what about intercourse? There's a ton of those. One of my favorite old school intercourse terms was straight knocking boots. Like
Bumping uglies.
Yeah. Okay, that was Deb.
That's an old one.
But what about this term? This is the term.
Jack, you don't have any to offer?
Nope.
Boink.
God, man, that is.
Boink is a good one.
That
Boink.
sounds like
Boink.
Nickelodeon made that one.
Boink.
I keep thinking though.
Talking about bumping uglies?
Yeah, exactly. There we
Oh.
go.
Okay,
Bumping uglies.
There it goes. Bumping Uggs. Not the. Oh my God. Bumping Uggs and then bumping Uggs, Uggs, shoes, going back to knocking boots. If you're bumping Uggs, you're knocking boots, guys. This might go all the way to the president.
Sure it does.
You know what's another term? That I asked Jack. I was like, hey, can I say this? And he goes, you can only say it once. I was like, that's fine. Because I don't want to be this guy who says it like 5 or 6 times.
You can't say it if you're going to point out that you're saying it. If you just say it, then you say it. But now you say you're going to say it, you can't say it.
Sure you can. Say it.
Chode. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, you used that one a lot. You
not
used
a lot.
it.
Not a lot. It's once.
Too much.
Dude, you used it on Wednesday.
I called Hunter Biden
No,
one of those.
No, you called the blue tongue skink.
Yeah.
That G. Fu
Yep, that's
Jennings
right.
brought in
Use
from the
it there,
Central
too.
Florida
Yeah.
Zoo.
Okay.
You looked at
Don't
him and you
say
said,
it.
he's a straight up chode lizard.
Easy.
Yeah.
We're already over quota.
Well, yeah.
And you got to give Sabrina a quarter every time you say it.
But I'm a big fan. But now my number one term that just like out of nowhere skyrocket.
What?
Bush League. And I go ahead. I always thought it was just straight up like slang. No, there's a rich history to the term Bush League. So Bush League is actually over like 120 years old. It's from 1905. That's not 120 years old, is it? No.
Yeah, almost.
It's very close. It's
We're,
close.
we're rounding.
Close to 120 years old. And it actually...
That is 105.
It starts from... it comes from baseball. But right now...
Okay.
Like a great example, Frontier Airlines, kind of Bush League. A little Bush League.
It fits, yeah. It's
Okay.
lesser than.
Yeah.
So it's
If
lesser
you're in the
than-
major league, you said down to the Bush League.
So you're not even one.
They have
you're-
bushes in the field.
So you're not triple A ball, double A ball,
Right,
single
right.
A ball.
Bush-
You're
it's less than.
wow. So
Yeah.
you're below one A
It-
ball.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
or it could be.
Or is it around the
at
same
the
equivalent?
time? Yeah, it was the minors basically.
Oh, so they sent you to go play in the tall grass.
Yes.
They didn't. You didn't get those
You
nice
weren't on the-
manicured
Right.
diamond.
No, you were straight Bush League in it.
There-
It's just fun to say.
I like it.
Yeah. Get on board with the Bush League here. Another thing that's kind of Bush League. This is where this all stems from. I always hate now. Like I love Uber. I think it's a great. I think Uber Eats is cool. But there's one pet peeve.
Yeah.
Something that I dare say is super Bush League. When you go to these restaurants that are also doing Uber Eats, and then the customer at the cashier has to feel the wrath of all these online orders
Right.
just stacking up in front of. I always feel so bad for the cashier because it's like, I get it. It's not your fault.
Right.
It's just you started working here at 2023 and you're getting bombarded by all these slips of just Uber. And then all of a sudden the person at the cashier is just having, a poor end result of a
Yeah.
customer service thing. Oh, that's Bush League.
That is Bush League. I
God.
like it. We're gonna have to bring it back.
Yeah. And so it's from 1905. Lesser minor league teams in small cities, as Jack was saying, or towns such as when a player has slipped from the big leagues to the bush, or one who has just come up from the Bush League. I thought this was like a 5-year-old term, and to find out that it's over 100, I just thought was absolutely fascinating.
Yeah. Next one is to look up the history behind the phrase "come hell or high water"
We'll check that out.
and find out where that got where that comes from.
So I actually asked ChatGPT some examples of Bush League, and the first thing it
Oh.
said was using ChatGPT for your radio segment is Bush League. And then
Look at ChatGPT got some game.
yeah.
ChatGPT and Bob Pittman agree.
Yeah, absolutely. But some examples that I thought was kind of funny was anything rude.
That's true.
It's Bush League. What are you doing? You don't need to be. They also they went rude, plagiarism, and cyberbullying. That's Bush League. And then at the end, ChatGPT had a disclaimer of going, by the way, things that are considered Bush League is a subjective topic. So they had to have the disclaimer of like, we're being told that cyberbullying is Bush League. This is wild.
It's like ChatGPT feels like it's telling on itself.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that is not Bush League. In fact, it's not anything to do with Bush League because it's great. It's Persimmon Hollow beer, baby.
Yeah, it is.
Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company is making my favorite summer beer. I'm trying to get as many Central Floridians to have a blood orange wheat on a hot and sunny day. If it's at nighttime, if I may suggest the New England IPA, that's my nighttime beer. Juicy, hazy, amazing. Check it out. The Southbound Hiker, now in cans. Run. Do not walk for that beer. Andy and Robbie, the two geniuses behind Persimmon Hollow Beer, they are beer scientists. They are beer gods.
Preach.
They care so much about the beer that they are providing for their community that they also care for. So go out and support Persimmon Hollow. You will not regret it. They make great beer and great communities that you guys live in. So they have 5 locations. Enjoy Persimmon Hollow beer today. Drink sensibly, but get weird. And visit them at phbeer.com. Those are your Ross thoughts. Some may say it was Bush League. Some may say it wasn't. All I know is I can't say that one word to end the segment because we've already said it twice.
Exactly.
Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
I've got a quarter, though. You can give that to Sabrina.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, but, it is Friday, so when we come back, we're going to talk some movie fun. So keep it right here on The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos. For locations, go to gringoslocos.com and securedroofingandrestoration.com. Visit their website for your free estimate today. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your weekend is off to a great start on this Friday. And right now, on the major highways and roads of Orlando, a little bit of your usual delay, of course, on I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535. That's from Highway 192. But beside that, eastbound lanes are clear on I-4. The same goes for westbound lanes, east and westbound of the 408 as well. And north and southbound lanes of the Turnpike are incident-free as well as the Greenway. Remember, if you have a report for us, however, dial our Safe Touch Security traffic tip line number, 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 five-star reviews and an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
If you're experiencing tooth pain, Advanced Endodontics can help. Our team of experts provide state-of-the-art care, offering advanced treatments like laser-assisted endodontics with no referrals necessary. With our 5 convenient locations serving Central Florida, you can get same-day emergency appointments, and you'll find we have easy financing and flexible payment plans available. Make an appointment today at ineedarootcanal.com. That's ineedarootcanal.com.
After an accident, it's important to hire an attorney right away. Evidence can disappear quickly. Sure, you could wait to hire an attorney later and see how things turn out, but delays never make a case better. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Because I don't like asking my family for help.
Because paying utility bills on time beats paying reconnection fees.
Am's got cash advance up to $500. No credit checks. Get started at amscott.com. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Let's be real, Florida home insurance is an absolute nightmare. And with hurricane season at your doorstep, you need a home insurance company that you can depend on. That's why there's Open House. They're a tech-enabled home insurance provider that uses smart data to keep your premiums low. And you can get an obligation-free quote in seconds and join your neighbors that are saving hundreds of dollars with Open House. You can also get discounts for your smart life choices like having a gym membership or a dog. So start saving today by going to openhouseinsurance.com. See openhouse.com insurance for details. This advertisement does not constitute a binding offer or guarantee of coverage.
What's the Anajar Levine difference? When you're injured in a car crash, we focus on your case so you can focus on the one thing that matters most. Getting better. I'm Glenn Levine with Anajar Levine. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. Pollo Tropical has a real Cuban sandwich, down to the cut. More roast pork. Esto es lechón. And it will always be lechon. Ham, cheese, pickles. Because without pickles, it's not a real Cuban. Mantequilla is a gift from God, and it's pressed until the cheese melts. A classic. And the drive-thru, it's like una ventanita. The Cuban sandwich from Pollo Tropical. It doesn't get more Cuban than this.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Get 50% off all jeans. That's 50% off all jeans. Plus, grab kids' uniform polo shirts for just $4. Hurry, it's only this weekend at Old Navy. Valid 8, 5, and 6. Excludes in-store clearance. Select polos only.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney.
See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, one firm for life.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Dunkin' is shining gold this summer for childhood cancer awareness. When you stop by your local Dunkin' from July 19th through August 5th and donate $2 to the Joy in Childhood Foundation, you'll receive a Dunkin' Gold Joy Donut as a thank you. Each donut counts and helps bring joy to kids battling illness. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary.
If you ever need our help, we're just a call away. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah. We like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
I got big rocks jumping at my brand new Patek watch. Ice, ice, baby. I got a whole lot. You using nobody. You ain't got nobody. See, they know about it. Know about me.
Happy Friday. Get you some Russian cream. Thank you, Ross. Key Glock, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Hope you're having a fabulous end to the work week. Hopefully, you're already halfway on your way to home. Just know that you don't ever have to turn the radio off. We've got you covered. Just walk in your front door, say, hey, Alexa, hey, Siri, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio, and boom, that's it. And then just keep it there throughout the entire weekend. We've got you covered with Jack has his Captain's Log Radio on Sunday mornings, Yacht Rock at its finest.
Thank you.
You've got Real Music Weekends. You've got just everything. There's no reason to change the channel.
Sunday morning coming down
Sunday
with
morning
Joseph
coming
Martins
down.
from
Exactly.
9 to 1.
Oops, sorry, Siri. I activated my own phone.
That's my hangover music.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, that 9 to 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been close to dying listening to that program, and it has lifted me. I have gotten out of many a hangover from 9 to 1 on Sunday.
I think that's the theme of the
It's perfect.
literal song Sunday morning coming down.
Yeah, exactly.
Mission accomplished.
Also good, though, like if you're out walking a trail or kayaking or something, it's just good to have it on in your headphones, listening to it.
I am seriously thinking about how long this outdoor holiday, the tax holiday.
Yeah, the Summer of Freedom.
Yeah, because
it goes for a while. It goes beyond the school supply drive, and that one ends this weekend.
Okay, because stand-up paddleboards are not cheap.
I bet not.
I just wonder if having a second one will make it more likely we use them as opposed to me just having the one.
Does Naomi like to paddleboard?
She will now.
Yeah.
You can't duel? You can't duel on a paddleboard?
I guess you could.
Yeah, get a little romantic.
No, I don't want to do that.
I'm thinking about
Someone's fallen.
I'm thinking about getting a kayak because they just opened a new kayak launch in Mount Dora, and in fact, they're planning to have.
Very cool.
Yeah. And
do it, Deb.
And they talked about how Chris told me how beautiful with the new pavilions and the launch area. It's right by this great boardwalk that's out by this nature area.
What a great way to get exercise. Because I was thinking kayak could be the way to go, too.
Yeah.
Because then you get to sit down.
I've never kayaked.
Yeah.
And I've always been worried about kayaking because of the whole when you roll, if you tip over kind of thing.
That's a different kind of kayak. That's not the kind of kayaking you're doing. You do not have to worry about. You're not doing Whitewater Rapids kayaking.
No.
Have you kayaked?
Yes, I have, son.
It's pretty easy to flip.
Easy.
I mean, that's why I've always stuck with a canoe.
Yeah.
Well, I think both canoes and kayaks, they kind of have like two moves.
They do, but I think the issue with the kayak for me is like for a canoe, right? You're still on you're on the inside of the vessel, but there's nothing impeding you. Whereas with a kayak, you're sitting down with your legs in front of you, and that part always worries me because,
I have done both, and I have tipped in both.
Have you tipped in a kayak?
Not, I mean, like, tipped in the sense of, like, you can't really go, you know, you're not going to fall out of the kayak, but just like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, it happened.
Don't you think that quite possibly could be more of a you thing than a kayak thing?
Oh, man. You're going to take the side that no one tips in kayaks or canoes?
I didn't say no one.
I'll be comfortable over on my side knowing the truth about those two vehicles.
Well, here's a question.
Get it, Deb.
Do you, Jack, do you wear a life jacket when you go on your stand-up paddleboard?
I have a life jacket.
Jack, do you wear your life jacket?
I bring it with me.
On the paddleboard?
If I go in the ocean.
Really?
Yeah.
But on area lakes, you don't worry about it?
I'll have it with me on my board. Yeah.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be on my board, but.
Yeah, because I was thinking, I was like, well, maybe that would just make me feel better if I just wore a life
by
jacket.
all means, do that. If that gives you comfort, absolutely do that until you realize, wow, this is easy. Ross is a chode.
Listen, I'm not saying it's hard. I'm just saying that their go-to move, especially canoes, more so than kayaks, because that you can fall out of a canoe.
Oh, yeah.
And now you're swimming.
Yeah. And it's still,
The last canoe experience that I had was awful. And
Really?
Yeah, and it wasn't my fault. My friend, it was a 2-person canoe. It was a massive canoe trip with all of our friends. We're rolling like 20 plus deep.
Yeah.
And I get partnered up with my best friend. I'm like, hell yeah, can't wait to do this thing tomorrow.
And then you find out just how strong your friendship is sometimes.
He shows up, and I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you? He's like, I didn't sleep. I partied real hard. This man passes out in the back of the canoe 10 minutes into this multiple, mile trip. So now I'm just hauling this corpse of a hangover. We finished dead last. He's like, well, what happened? I'm like, I'm crying right now, man. We're stuck. Help me.
Which is, that's a lot. Because I remember for my best friend's birthday one year, we went to Wekiva. They do a trip, like a 15-mile canoe trip. It took like 6 hours, which was fun. But then afterwards, you couldn't use your arms for anything.
Yeah.
So you kind of just had to flop them around. So if you needed something, because there was just...
Yeah, you'll get jacked. You'll get some shoulders.
We'll
get you some purple shorts. You look like the Hulk.
There was nothing left. Hey, are you guys going to go see any movies this weekend?
Barbie, tomorrow,
You are going to go see it.
Yeah.
Jack again said today what a good movie it was.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I'm going to see Haunted Mansion.
Are you really?
Yeah, well, there's only 2 movies. I want to see that and what's it? Not Sound of Freedom. What?
Yeah, I think it is Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom. Yeah.
Freedom sale this weekend. Sound of Freedom.
There's
a lot of freedom going on.
But my wife has only interest. She'll see the Haunted Mansion one. She's not into the child abduction one.
No.
Yeah.
So I can imagine not.
We'll see the Haunted Mansion.
Oof.
Wow, I wouldn't have pegged you as a Haunted Mansion guy. What's it oof for?
I haven't heard a lot of great things.
I haven't either. I've heard it's
It's
bumpy.
free. What do you want?
Oh, it's free.
Well, it's Movie Pass.
Well,
Movie
exactly.
Pass, baby.
He's the man. He knows what.
I have to see at least 1 movie a month, and I'm up to 4 this past month. I'm in a new month. I got to start seeing movies. And I got to, here's the deal. Let me say this about that. If they don't start, I'm a little concerned with the quality of movies upcoming.
Yeah.
I know there's some in the works, right? But, with this writers and actors strike, there's going to be another lull in the future.
And that's what they just talked about today. They were saying this could potentially put movies on hold.
Right.
Indefinitely.
So, I'm enjoying the hell out of Movie Pass even the second time around.
Wouldn't it suck if this time you get Movie Pass and it works?
Yeah.
But Hollywood shuts down?
Well, yeah.
To the point where Movie Pass has to fold again because they're like,
there's no movies.
There's no movies.
Go see the new Ninja Turtle movie. It's supposed to rip.
Zero interest in that.
How are you?
Zero.
Oh, too much fun.
Less than.
No, because that was after.
I've never seen
I've never seen an episode.
Cartoon turtles.
Speaking of the
Too
Barbie
new?
movie.
Too child.
Yeah, it's like him going to see a Rugrats movie, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be great. I'll be honest with you. The trailer, though, I was like not a fan of that animation, but apparently the story, all the voice acting is supposed to be top notch.
I kind of like adult movies. And by adult, I mean PG-13 and up.
I was going to say, because have you ever seen one of the Lego movies? Because those are funny.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look at that.
You guys are the cutest old married couple I've ever seen.
That had Will Arnett in it.
Oh, wow. U-turn. 8 seconds.
Hey, Ross, do me a favor.
I played with Legos.
Yeah.
I had zero experience with turtles.
All right. Just saying. Lego movie rips. I would have been bummed out if you
I
missed
grew
out.
up with Legos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody did at this point.
Yeah,
God, man,
exactly.
what a company.
I can't think of a generation. Really, I think it's the boomers before us that didn't have Legos.
The key was them getting the patent on the interlocking system.
Oh.
Because they had a bunch of people who copied it, but they had a patent on the way it clips on.
Wow.
Legos are and have been the most consistent thing in all of our lives.
Without a doubt.
Like you have the same
Well,
piece
that and Barbie.
The same pieces in 2023 still fit the original Lego pieces.
And what's amazing too is that the Legos that like Jack, right? The Legos he played with as a child, he gets to step on as a parent. It's those few toys that comes full circle, right?
My parents used to bribe me with Legos.
Did they really?
Yeah. Whatever they needed. It was like, hey, you want this and this? Anyway,
It
let me say
worked.
this about that. It did work.
It did work.
I don't have any of my Legos because my sister went to school for architecture. So in college, she took my Legos because she could use them for modeling of structures and whatnot. And that's the last I saw of my Legos.
She took her little brother's Legos.
At the time, let's see, I was... Oh, wait a minute. I was still young. Hey!
Hey, where are my Legos?
Hey, Siri, call my sister.
There's what I'm trying to think of other. Don't actually call your sister.
Hey, Ross, while he's calling his sister, pull up the Ryan Gosling ballad from the Barbie movie, I'm Just Ken.
All right.
There's a reason for it. What were you going to say before that?
No, I was just thinking about other movies. I think Jack is kind of onto something, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Of just like what movies are coming out this year.
Wonka.
Meg 2.
I haven't seen Meg
is
1.
out today.
Yeah, and not big interest.
I know, and that's such the crappy part, right? Movie theaters are finally getting people to come back in. People are excited about going to the movies. You can't fault the actors and the writers with this whole AI
No,
binge.
I'm pro-union, baby.
You know,
you gotta prepare now against these robots.
Yeah, you do.
The corporates are just going to use robots to replace all of us. This goes
Preach,
beyond,
man.
This goes beyond the entertainment industry.
oh my God, it goes into every industry.
Part of this strike, with specifically on AI, will affect just about everyone.
Absolutely.
So that is why we all should be like
paying attention
and supportive.
Yeah, exactly. Because if Hollywood wants to use their name, image, and likeness in perpetuity, and only pay them one set fee, what's that going to stop other industries to figure out and find a way to make it work for theirs?
You need collective bargaining to protect the worker against this game-changing, life-altering technology that will forever change the American and the world workforce.
Yeah, it's a lot of toothpaste, and it's coming out right now.
Yeah.
It is. You got that ballad loaded up?
No, I just cannot get over how little movies there are. I mean, there's a lot of movies independent.
But not the same. Not the blockbusters. Not the Top Gun that we've wanted to go see. Not the Barbie and the Oppenheimer.
Well, I had a good run, so I went to see. Movie Pass. It was a good run. I'm only on my second month, but I'm already throwing in the towel. No, but thinking about it. But I mean, Indiana Jones, Mission Impossible, Oppenheimer, and Barbie. Boom. Those are all
the big
bangers.
Ones. Yeah, exactly. Well, speaking of Barbie, I asked Ross to bring up the Ryan Gosling ballad, I'm Just Ken, from the Barbie movie.
I have no idea if there's curse words, Jack.
It's a Barbie movie.
It's a Barbie movie.
PG-13. It should be fine. There's a dump button.
But what's interesting, this has hit the charts.
Yeah, that checks out. So did Peaches.
The song is now on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 87. And of course, we don't talk about Bruno, of all things, from the Disney animated film Encanto. But the soundtrack for the movie debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 albums chart, and it's coming to streaming this fall on Max. The Barbie movie.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to let it run its full theatrical release first, and then sometime this fall, it should be coming to Max for streaming.
See, that seems about where we used to be, right? You'd have a good several months before it showed up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what they decided to do this time, too. Let it ride its way all the way. I mean, because look how much money it's made in the theaters.
I put it this way. I get Christopher Nolan's grievance against Warner Brothers about them
dipped
during the pandemic, releasing their theatrical release on HBO Max at the same time.
Yeah.
But guess what? It also got me to sign up for HBO Max then, and I have been on it since. And that is, I think, one of the most expensive streaming services.
I believe it is. Yeah, exactly.
So
I think it's 15.
Then you get the taxes. It's like $18.
Yeah.
Once you're out the door. But and it's got good stuff on it. But
it does,
movie wise. But still, I've been 3 years. That's a lot of money.
It's just such a superior experience going to the movie than watching it on your couch.
It has prevented me from going to the movie theater, and at the cost of what movies are now, $13 to go to a movie for two people, $26.
Yeah,
that's not buying any concessions.
That's $50 by the time you're done. 50, 75.
I get that, and
so that's not my. I prefer to say I will take that and invest in streaming channels. And find and spend my entertainment dollars that way.
But as long as you can still look at me and go, seeing a movie in a movie theater is still finances to the side is a better,
without a doubt, larger
fun
screen. That dialed-in sound system. I mean, although that said, I've created I've got a 75-inch HD screen sound bar, so it's like I'm not wanting for. A great experience. I'm not saying it competes with an IMAX screen.
Yeah.
But still, when I break down pros and cons on the cost versus what I'm getting, I'll sit on my couch.
Well,
Movie Pass, has gotten me to the movie theater at $10 a month.
So hopefully it'll stick around for a while, because one of the other movies that's getting ready to come out, this one is October 13th of 2023, is The Exorcist Believer.
I needed that texting service. Dune 2 in November.
There you go.
That's one I want to see.
You're going to keep that movie pass until about December 1st now, right?
But speaking of...
that's $30 from now?
Yeah.
Speaking of The Exorcist, it turns out the site of the only documented exorcism in the U.S. is closing.
Okay.
The St. Alexius Hospital in St. Louis is filing for bankruptcy but hasn't given a closing date. The hospital was founded in 1869 and later became the basis for the book, The Exorcist. It was decided in the late 1970s to demolish the wing of the hospital where the exorcism took place, which is actually, I believe it was a 13-year-old boy.
That might be one of the most popular genres and maybe most cost-effective forms of movie producing, horror.
Yeah.
Because when I look at what's available and I can just names I don't recognize, but I could tell that's a horror movie, and there seems to be no shortage of those.
No, and those are, I think, for fans of that genre, that's when you want to be in a theater. You want that experience of the and the gasps and the scream with the crowd. I would think, along with a comedy, that's one of those multi-layered, rather than being home scared on your couch like me.
Wife has less than zero interest in horror movies.
Really?
And
Do you like horror movies?
I'm okay. I'm more for suspense, yes.
Yeah.
Than gore.
Same here.
I don't have the interest in just seeing the.
That's why I've never seen Saw.
Yeah. Ironically, I thought the first Saw. I saw the first one, and I thought that was good suspense.
That was great. The first Saw is really good.
Yeah, because
do you know the twist, Ed?
No.
Oh, now you gotta watch it.
Okay.
No, it that was excellent suspense, and I assumed it was going to be gore, but I don't think it was.
Not as bad as the others that followed.
I think that's what happens.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens in sequels.
Right.
There's like, we got to top it. We have to do more.
Right.
We have to push this envelope.
It's like Ross with his red beet juice.
Yes. What? No.
I've never pooped out a movie.
Are you sure? I've seen some of your videos. Sorry, that hurts saying it.
You know what?
That hurts saying it.
Yeah, Jack, I gotta come back though. Those videos, you hired me off of them. So I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, there's Jack. Here we go.
I can't. I'm looking forward to Barbie tomorrow. I don't know. I have fallen back in love with movie.
Jack said today, he said it was such a good movie. Barbie is such a good movie.
The only thing that I'm bummed out about is that I'm seeing like a matinee of it, which means it's not going to be that hot of a crowd, which means people aren't going to be laughing as much and contagious laughter. Like, that's my favorite thing about going to the movies.
Right.
It's also a lot of people's least favorite part is that
that communal experience.
I love it. I adore it.
It's funny because the 4 movies I've seen on MoviePass, they have all been matinees. Because it's also weekend matinee. It's the time I have available. I typically don't book. The only thing I'm typically doing on the daytime and the weekend is like chores.
Right, exactly.
Like
Honey-do
yard
list.
work.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and at 1,000 degrees outside, why not sit in an air-conditioned theater?
And that's what's making me think maybe the theater might be a little bit more full because it's supposed to be super hot this weekend.
It was weird. I saw Oppenheimer on my birthday, and I saw one of the first showings on that Friday. And the opening day, so all the tickets are sold, but not a comedy, not a horror film, but still just the vibe in the room of everybody going, I'm so into this, I'm interested. I just think it just inevitably rubs off on you as an audience member.
Absolutely. Well, listen, speaking of an audience member, we're going to get this Friday kicked off right. It's last call time, y'all. Load up the phones. It's your turn to entertain us. Something short, something funny. We do have our heated battle between Mike Buzzer Larson, Party Mom, and Angry Eric. So hopefully we'll see what they have coming up next. We'd love to hear from you as well. So 407-916-1041, and we'll take care of last call next. So keep it here on the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
I feel like old man yelling at clouds when I see it, and I go, that's not fun. Yelling at clouds.
Old man yelling at crowds is what they call a Biden rally
Yeah.
in some states.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hey there, we've got a stormy weekend ahead. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Any rain today ending a little bit after dinner time, the low 77. Tomorrow up to 93. Our Saturday is going to be dry in the morning, but during the afternoon, a 70% chance for rain. Torrential, slow-moving storms with lots of lightning, winds gusting over 40 miles per hour. It'll all be driven by the sea breeze. Sunday, the same thing. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com. Summer is here, which means your pets will be spending more time outside. Keep them protected in your yard with Invisible Fence brand. Now through the end of the month, take 50% off the installation of your system. Visit InvisibleFence.com to schedule your consultation and see the Invisible Fence brand difference.
You can experience firsthand the real benefits of battery-powered outdoor landscaping equipment by Steel at your local Tools Ace Hardware. And remember, Steel products are only sold through servicing dealers like Tools Ace Hardware, which means you can't find Steel equipment at the big box stores. Steel battery-powered equipment has long run times and the ability to switch easily between multiple tools like edgers, trimmers, and blowers. Stop by one of Tools Ace Hardware's 10 Steel locations with service and repair centers right inside their stores. It's no secret Steel outdoor power equipment is synonymous with quality and reliability, and now you can get that same great quality and reliability from Steel's brand new outdoor battery-powered tools and equipment. With 12 locations all throughout Central Florida, chances are there's a Tools near you. Find your Tools Ace Hardware and shop online for your brand new Steel battery-powered outdoor tools and equipment at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace Hardware, your local helpful place.
Attention business owners. Was your company impacted during COVID? If you had W-2 employees during 2020 and 2021, you may be entitled for up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Credit Program. This is not alone. The IRS paid back billions already. We've helped thousands of businesses just like yours. So let us help you. At ERC Business Solutions, we make it simple. We do it all for you, so you won't have to worry about the complex application process. There's absolutely no risk. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. Most businesses do qualify, even those with no decline in revenues or those that already got PPP. Discover how much you can claim. There's no cost or obligation. Call now. 800-375-1175. That's 800-375-1175. Get up to $26,000 per employee. Call 800-375-1175. 800-375-1175.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high? You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA. Or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA. Or visit tworld.com.
When it comes to $1 small Slurpee drinks at 7-Eleven, no one's doing it like you. You're inventing new flavor combos, throwing caution to the wind. You're a frozen fizz whiz, a pina colada prodigy. You mix cherry and blue raspberry like a pro. Only you know the perfect ratio. Just when they think you're done, you add a splash of summertime citrus, just because you can. And because your small Slurpee drink masterpiece is just $1 at 7-Eleven. Slurpee, anything flows. Expires 12/31/2023, plus tax. Visit store for details.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free, anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
Applebee's daily deals for $9.99 and under. There's a deal every day for everyone. Just $9.99 and under. That's all day, every day. Get into your local Applebee's now. Daily deals are dine-in only in limited locations listed on nrpneighborhood.com. Limited time only while supplies last. Participation varies.
Radio. 104.1.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in progress.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Thank you so much for spending your Friday with us. We always truly do appreciate it. Hope you all have a really great weekend. Be safe out there. Still hot and steamy, still rainy in the afternoon. After all, it is summertime in Florida. Hey, Jack, we had a Twitter poll today, or an X poll, a social media poll, a question.
All of it. And we did it in YouTube and Facebook and gym members, so we invite you to follow us there. Just sign up. We'd happy to approve you. The question was, do you have any credit cards with an annual fee, which was the topic in Rich Tips.
That's right.
Where Candace was saying sometimes it's worth it because based on the benefits on having that annual fee if you are going to kind of exceed that in value of what you're getting. And it's coming in at the majority is no. On Facebook, it's 60% say no. It's 65% over on Twitter, which I'm still calling it that because
I'm too.
X is just ridiculous.
Stupid.
And then finally, in our YouTube chat, it's 72% no. So
wow,
of not having an annual fee on any card. I mean, I have it. I mentioned on my Southwest card because you get the airline miles.
Right.
So I'm at a point where I don't know if I should keep it. I don't.
Well, listen, if you missed that segment, you can always hear Candace Rich and her Rich Tips under the good stuff.
The goods, yeah,
The goods.
yeah. We'll post that right away.
No. But, that's where you can find all of our podcasts for breakout segments for the Jim Colbert Show. Most importantly, did want to remind you that Jack had announced earlier that we are going to be starting an auction starting on Monday, and that's for something very special thanks to attorney Mo DeWitt.
Just call Mo.com. He is the title sponsor of our poker tournament, and we have some seats available. And so we are doing an auction, and proceeds benefit the Mustard Seed. We'll have the link posted starting tomorrow. The first auction goes live at realradio.fm/poker. It's a seat in the tournament and a casino pass.
Oh, wow.
So we're actually, it's for you and a guest. You get to play in the tournament and have a guest join you. Remember, casino passes is a guest pass. They don't play in the tournament, but everything else at the event they can do, and that information is currently on our website at realradio.fm/poker. Each day, Monday through Thursday, we'll put up a new one. We have 4 total seats available, and those auctions each will last a week.
Which is great. So if you thought your chance to sit with us at the poker tournament was past, do not worry. Like Jack said, that auction kicks off on Monday. And are we good with last call?
Oh, yeah.
We're all loaded up?
Oh, stop.
All right. Well, before we get to that, we want to thank today's guests. We want to start with Corona Cigar Company. We want to thank Fayez Cara, restaurant critic with the Orlando Weekly. You can also get his segment as well from today. Candace Rich with her Rich Tips. And speaking of Candace, she and Sam Bowen for running our YouTube chat. Pretty lively bunch this afternoon. Thank you, Rod King, for the mention of the kayak. I'll think about it and let you know. You guys ready to do some last call?
Yes.
Yep.
Let's do it. Who's first, Jack?
That would be Uncle Tony on line 5.
Uncle Tony, last call.
Oh.
Hit hold. Let's just go. Party Mom,
Let's
you're
go
on.
Party Mom.
Oh, boy.
Hey.
Party Mom?
Yeah,
Me?
Party Mom, you're on.
There we go. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not used to going on so quick. Okay. So I was addicted to Phil Collins music, but take a look at me now. I'm just smoking weed every day.
Wow. All right.
There you go.
Hope you find some parties this weekend, Party Mom. Saw that. Who's next?
Angry Eric on
Uh-oh.
line 2.
Ooh, Angry Eric. Last call. What do you have?
I can't be angry with you, Deb. That son of a...
Oh. We'll be happy to hear you be angry again on Monday, Angry Eric. It's some of our favorite stuff. Who's next?
On line 3, let's go with Charlie.
Charlie, last call.
Yeah, I'm going to get me a big old F.U. Mignon, take a bite, send it back. Now who's effing who? Beet juice.
Charlie.
That's what we're talking about, Charlie.
Love Charlie.
That's what we're talking about. Who's next, Jack?
On line 5, it's Uncle Tony.
Now we got Uncle Tony.
Jesus, Ross.
Why?
I'm even telling you the number beforehand. All right, let's go with Mike Buzzer Larson.
Mike Buzzer Larson, last call. Uncle Tony, you get to bring us up at the end. Sorry.
Mike Buzzer Larson here. Oh my gosh, Deb, I got problems at home yet again.
No.
I replaced our bed with a trampoline, and you know what happened?
No, what happened?
My wife hit the ceiling. Quack, 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 quack. Dog, give me the buzzer.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Now do we have Uncle Tony?
Uncle Tony.
Uncle Tony.
Hey, Jim Colbert Show. You know what's worse than baby diabetes?
What's that?
I'm afraid to ask.
Baby's dying?
Baby dies, yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's how I burned that guy's joke. My bad. Never even heard that one. That was pretty somber, pretty morbid over the soft piano music.
Someone gets a point.
Oh, definitely Charlie.
Oh, wait, he's not
Well,
really
but he's not in
competing.
that.
But we're up against the clock, and I'm not going to judge it. Charlie, you're getting a point.
Okay, Charlie's it.
Charlie's it. He gets the point for tonight.
Son of a bitch.
Listen, did it go great?
No one's writing anything down.
I
no
am.
one's going to remember.
I am.
It's right up here, Bradshaw. It's right up here. Listen, hope you guys have a great weekend after us. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. We follow the news junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning, and we will be back on Monday at 3 p.m. for more of the Jim Colbert Show. So until then, keep it tuned to Real Radio 104.1, and we'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.
I haven't worn underwear since like 85.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Very heavy traffic.